All right, we're good.
Oh shit, we officially back at it. This is Book Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. This is episode 90. 90.
Damn.
90 was a good year, man. You young whippersnappers out there.
1 year old for me.
I was still in my father's ball sack.
Yep.
Oh man.
Just
God
a
damn.
glimmer.
I was but semen at that time.
Damn.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I was born the following year, though.
Another 3 for me. 93 till infinity.
Damn, what a year.
That was the time when I was just getting into comic books, man. 10 years old, man. You heard? But yeah, I'm your host, Book Nice. I got my co-hosts with me, my co-workers, if you will. The Colonel, Pancheezy, Rick Dom. We all here, man. We skipped a week last week, but we officially back at it. We got a pretty hefty docket. So let's get right into it. What you guys get in the past few weeks? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, I guess.
Do it, Punch.
I got a plethora of things.
As usual.
Yes, but this time I really fucked up because I got myself into Hot Toys finally.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
You poor son of a bitch.
Yeah. Trust me, if you guys are
Rip
shocked, imagine
Poncho's
my
bank.
life. What'd you say, Fabio?
Rip Poncho's bank account.
I know, right? For real. So
Everybody press F to pay respects.
I know,
in the chat.
right? Press F real quick.
Everybody press F real quick to pay respects.
Yeah, so I always said, I think I've said it on the podcast before, like, I like Hot Toys and I want to get into them, but I just know that I lack the discipline with this line.
Yeah, I was going to say financial discipline.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
man, you got a beautiful thing when it comes to Hot Toys, baby. You got payment plans.
that's true. That is very true. That's the only thing that's saving my ass right now.
Man, it's like a rent-a-center.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I told. That's what I told my wife. I was like, "This is just like Aaron's, pretty much, just for Hot Toys." But I started off with Sam Raimi Spider-Man. That's like the one I wanted. Like that's the one I wanted for the longest time. So I got that, and then I also got the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which I like. I like that Spider-Man a lot. I got the second one, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have my eye on the first one. Just because now that I have two, of course, I can't not have the rest, obviously. So, I'm looking for that, looking for the Black Suit Spidey. And then I have the Spider-Punk on pre-order.
God damn.
Yeah, I know. And then my local comic book shop is getting Iron Spidey tomorrow. And, I don't think I have the will to go in there and not get it, so that's where I'm at. Pretty much. But aside from Hot Toys, I had an Ami Ami order come in, and in that I got Hermione. I haven't gotten a chance to mess with her yet, but I did look at her. I did look at like all the figures I got in there. She looks great, man. Like even in the photos she looked great, but like in hand these are just so much better. It's crazy. I got those roll figures. Rick, were you looking at those too? Did you get any of those? Roll casket for Mega Man Legends?
I want to get roll. I'm just cheaping out because I know if I get one, I want the other.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, like this roll casket from 4-inch, they really nickel and dimed us with this. So she traditionally comes with a hat and then like a monkey robot. So they split it into 2 releases, where one release comes with a hat. One release comes with a monkey robot, and then they both come with different faceplates, and they're still $80 each. Crazy, but they have like everybody that loves this line and loves Mega Man. They have us in such like a chokehold right now because like, yeah, these prices are nuts, and like it really sucks that they split up this release, but like, yo, you gotta support this line if you want more from them. Pretty much, it really sucks, but hopefully,
This was. I mean, even more so than nickel and diming us. I think this just really sucked because, like, what if she doesn't sell?
Yeah,
Like, then the line is going to be deaded because you wanted to force us to buy roll twice, and I get it, man. You're not going to be able to use that mold again, but like. Fuck, you could have just released a normal one and then like down the line released a quote unquote ultimate version.
yeah.
You know, Like they didn't have to do it the way that they did it, because like this is totally the kind of figure you can imagine. Like, yeah, that's when the line died.
For sure.
Like you said, they're $80 a piece, and it's just like fuck. When I remember when I saw it, I was pissed. Well, I wasn't pissed at first. I was like, hell yeah! I think I was on the podcast like, hell yeah, I'm buying it. Then I went up for pre-order, and then I saw the price, and I was like, whoa, hold on, what? No, what? No.
Yeah, and like just being a fan of 4-inch like Mega Man line, like we don't get Mega Man, like we don't get like great hyper articulated Mega Man figures. Like D-Arts was doing their thing, and then they just evaporated, and then
D-Arts, like, the entire section of D-Arts
Yeah.
doesn't even exist anymore.
they got absorbed into SH Figure Arts, did they not?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like so that's why that Mega Man Zero came out under the SH Figure Arts line. But just like, I don't know, I just feel like hopefully if people pick up this role, then it'll just show people that we still want 4-inch Mega Man figures. I see people talking in the chat about the Funko figures. Like, they're cool. Like, that Wily is really great. I picked up that Wily too. Thanks for reminding me, guys in the chat. I picked up the Wily from Funko. I mean, he's not going to do much, but he's there. He's cool. It's cool to have an articulated Wily. Like, it sucks that he's not as articulated to where you can't get him in like that classic end of, I think it's Mega Man 2, where he's the alien and then like he's doing like he's on his knees and he's bowing to you and stuff and begging stuff. So, I mean, obviously you're not going to get that kind of range out of a freaking Funko figure, but it's cool to have him. It's cool to have a Wily, an articulated Wily. I also got the Krillin, the Kid Krillin, and that Ami. Pretty stoked on that. I haven't opened him up yet. I haven't opened anything up from that Ami order, but
Charlie Brown.
He looks good, man. Like I think the scale of his head looks it's more forgiving than that Goku head. And like Goku was like my favorite SH figure art from last year. But like his head did look huge. And yeah, Goku has a huge head, but like this Krillin figure, I think just because he doesn't have like a huge hair sculpt like Goku, like his big head and his like chibi proportions like they're just easier on the eye, I think, just because he has just because he doesn't have all that big hair. I also picked up the whole Black Panther wave. Like I cashed in a whole bunch of like points I had at GameStop and stuff, and I got that wave super cheap, and I'm stoked. I'm stoked to have that. I'm stoked to have that wave.
What did it run you total with all the discounts and shit?
It was $10.
God damn.
Yeah, so
all right, can't pass up on that. Fuck.
Literally, I could not pass up, and like it was almost like fate, destiny, even some would say, because like my GameStop is a very small GameStop, and like in the past, when we get like legends, it's like one or two from the wave. We never get a whole wave at once, and lo and behold, every single piece of M'Baku rolled up at the same time in the same box of shipment. I'm like, I remember I came to pick up mail because I get my mail shipped there, just because somebody's there every day of the week. Mm-hmm. And I picked up my mail, and my coworker Ben, shout out to Ben real quick. I know you're listening, Ben. He's not, but like,
I know you listen, man. Big shout out to you and your coming baby boy. I love you, brother.
But he was like, "You're not getting anything?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm getting the fuck out of here." And I go, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "I guess I gotta get this," because I saw the claw, and I was like, "Shit, I guess I gotta get claw." Then I pull claw off the peg, and then there's there's everybody else. There's Killmonger from the wave, and like they just keep on pulling people off the peg, and the whole wave's there. And I'm like, well, I guess I gotta start redeeming these points. And, so I'm super glad I got that whole wave. Super stoked. And the last thing I got was I got a whole bunch, not the last thing, but second to last thing I went like nuts on like old ass Toy Biz Raimi Spider-Man figures. And like I got like a regular, I got a battle damage Spidey, like a regular and battle damage Green Goblin, and then like a Jonah Jameson and some other shit from there. I don't know why. I just really like these figures. I know they're shit.
Just because you got a sickness, bro. You just got the fever, man.
For sure.
No, man, those things are actually pretty good for their time.
They really did.
A few of them. That was really Toy Biz at their best back then.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got We got a Spider-Man that came with a backpack, a lamp, a
True.
soda, and a
Yeah.
bookshelf.
Yeah,
A
no
fucking
doubt.
chess set.
A pizza bike.
The
Uh-huh.
big pizza time,
Dude,
baby.
that pizza bike. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, goes for mad money.
I mean, the street lamps that Seth Fowler, for example, has all over his street diodes.
Yeah, that's a Spider-Man set too.
And the what's that called? The newspaper box.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all gold. I just wish that they just had better articulation. And like I was thinking about like popping these heads off and putting on something else, but I don't know. They might be a little too small, but we'll figure it out. I got a Tobey Maguire head sculpt intended for Mezco's. So I'm trying to find somebody to paint that for me because I am ass at painting.
Ask my man Alex Garcia. I'll put you on to.
Hell yeah, sounds good. I want him to look. I want him to have like that boy like just innocence. Fucking stupid. I just want him to look like Tobey Maguire, half like he wants to take on the role of Spider-Man, half like he's just really thinking about pizza time at all times, basically.
No doubt.
Pizza time.
That's it. Pizza time. I'm not paying for those. And last but not least, I got those Global Bee toy Cybermen figures in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those are sick. Did you get a set or no?
No, not yet.
They're pretty cool.
I'm bullshitting. I don't know why.
They're really good, man. Like all the articulation on them. I know, like we were bugging out a couple of weeks ago that these were like that the price is so high. So for everybody that doesn't know, the price for 6 of them is like a bill, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad price at all.
Yeah, and when you really think about it, like it really isn't a bad price. Just based on the amount of articulation that each of these Cybermen have. They all have different facial expressions and accessories and stuff, and wow. it's a good deal for sure.
Yeah, it's the facial expressions and hands and shit really sell those little dudes, man. Yeah, for real.
100%.
If SHF was making them, they would not be that much cheaper.
Hell no.
They would be $39.99. They would just be like $20 under what this company's charging.
You probably wouldn't get the all of those facial expression options either.
Oh yeah, it would just be like one face.
Yeah,
and that would be it. Because they would just assume like, what the fuck do you need more for?
Basically, turning McFarlane over there.
Right. It's gonna break up his scope, man.
I'm gonna go back to the Spidey stuff. The Legend Spidey 2 Doc Ock is pretty dope from Toy Biz.
I have that as well. I've had that for like a very long time.
Mm-hmm. So I actually have the Hasbro version of it. That was part of the Sandman Build-A-Figure.
Oh shit!
It doesn't have like the gimmick on the back.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking at those as well. Like Boog said, I'm definitely infected with something. So
part of it is the nostalgia too. I remember having a shit ton of those when I was a kid, dude.
Well, I remember being fucking poor and not having a lot of that. And I just remember just being like, I just remember just going to the store and just seeing them, and I was like, man, these are crazy expensive. And then now I'm on eBay and I'm like, man, these are crazy expensive. So
damn, shit ain't changed. That puberty challenge didn't treat you well.
Oh no,
it's the same.
Sure as hell didn't.
Yeah, when those movies came out, my dad was the manager of a local Target, so I was balling out.
Damn, you went in with a vest and everything into the back room, huh?
Oh man, I was like that scene, where Nas comes in with like the Scully mask and it's like all slow-mo, puts on the Scully. It's game over.
Well, when I was a kid, my dad would come to visit from Venezuela, and he would ball out at like Walmart and Target and places like that because they don't really have those big box stores down there in third world countries.
Damn.
So he'd ball out, and he would, he basically bought us the entire wave of those. I remember having the Green Goblin. I remember having the superposable Spider-Man, and my stepbrother had the one with the lamp that is limited articulation, but it has like the lamp and the newspaper box and stuff. And he was so jealous that I got the super articulated one.
The 12-inch one or no?
No, the 6-inch one, but the more like, super articulated version. I think it was the one with the magnets on the hands. I believe I still have it.
Shit, dig it up.
No, that was actually from Spider-Man 2. The first one, I had the one with the gargoyle.
Oh, nice.
And he was so jealous, man. He tried to steal it.
Uh-oh.
Not the first Spider-Man collectible he tried to steal from me, by the way.
Damn, history
repeats.
I know, dude. He tried to steal my Spider-Man N64 cartridge.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, where did he put it?
He put it in his suitcase before we were about to drop him off at the airport, and my grandma caught him.
Shit.
He was acting real sketchy.
Shout out Grams real quick. Big ups to Grams. for
Yeah,
catching
La
me
Nona.
That's
Mhm.
basically it
Sorry
for
to
me.
interrupt. Had to acknowledge the chat
Oh.
there and reminisce with you about that line. 'Cause
good.
it really was one of the first lines I collected, like right around the same time as Marvel Legends.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
That's
is that
it
all
for-
you got?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Well, since I've been talking, I'll just keep it going.
Let's
All
go.
right.
I picked up quite a few things this week, actually. So I went to Target yesterday. My roommate had to get home goods, and I got action figures, as it goes.
Of course.
I picked up the new wave of Predators from the Alien vs. Predator arcade game from NECA. I got the Mad Predator, the Warrior Predator, and the Hunter Predator. And they're crazy, man. They have kind of that like arcadey kind of pixelated look, but it's a little more like toned down. It's not like any like hard squares on it. So you can
Okay.
get away with these as like kind of live action or maybe even more comic book Predators actually.
These are the ones that are like anime inspired too, or no?
Partially, yeah, because the game was, I believe, made by Capcom. So
Yeah.
in the game, the sprites are like super buffed out and like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, they're still using the articulated like ultimate bodies, and they have like the netting and stuff. They just paint like flesh tone over it, so they did just kind of reuse that mold. But hey, they look good.
It is what it
There's
is.
some aliens coming out to go along with them, and then there's the Dutch and Lynn 2-pack, which is going to be crazy. Let me just screen share while I'm talking about this so I get some visual aids. Otherwise, I sound like a madman.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
yeah. These are the aliens. Those are not out yet, but these two are.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So they're you can get away with it as like comic book predators. I believe this is the Warrior Predator. He's got kind of the coolest paint job because there's a little blend of like different colors in there.
Nice.
But my favorite has to be the Mad one, which is just this crazy like blue predator. Anyway, I also got.
Yeah, I could see how those could probably photograph really nice.
Oh yeah, man! I like the the musculature on them and stuff. And they're gonna look crazy with those predators or with the aliens and this like buffed out Dutch. It's all like anime kind of Capcom inspired. That's what they look like in the game.
When you look at that girl, the female, it's definitely Capcom.
Oh yeah. Her
Right
name is
off the
Lynn
cuff.
Kurosawa.
You only need to see the fucking ponytail to know, like,
That's
yeah.
it.
Right. And this is the full line right here. You got the 3 arcade predators here, and then Dutch and Lynn. This is gonna be crazy. Really happy with that. If you guys remember a few weeks ago, also I told you I was gonna get the SHF Hulk, and that finally arrived, along with his purple pants from GPS lot. So I got myself.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Special. Oh, you guys hear me?
No, you're good on my end.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe it was me. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So I put the purple pants on Hulk. I put it on my Instagram a few days ago, or whenever I got it, and it looks great. It's just like the one that Seth showed us. So big shout out to Black Lantern on Instagram for the recipe, and it's really a great like comic book Hulk as well as being a good live action one. I believe that's about it though. Yeah.
Whoa.
Damn.
I got a bunch of Mezcos that I'm still waiting on. Like I'm getting the Iron Man this week. I'm getting the tax suit Batman, but I don't have him in hand yet.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, Rick? What you got?
I got in the time that we've been gone, I got a few pieces of clothing from GP Slot. I wish somebody told me. I was kind of taken aback when I opened the package of his clothes because the shirts were hella small, and I don't know. I didn't even think about it stretching. I was just like, damn, who the fuck are these shirts for? Who's this gonna fit?
What is this? A t-shirt for ants?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. These are for ants. And so I just forced them on the figures, and they were perfectly fine. They look like they do in his pictures, but getting them in, they were all like scrunched up, like hella small, and I was like, damn, man, like these will barely fit Figmas. What is this? How is Old Man Logan gonna be wearing this red shirt if he's roided out right now?
Yeah, I had some trouble with that red shirt too, actually.
Oh yeah, and then I felt bad. I didn't know that Mezco did some weird shit and like bungeed the original white shirt to his dick. Like it's bungeed under.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like bungeed into the crotch, so it won't like pull up on him.
Oh
and,
wow.
So I had to cut the shirt up, and I was like, "Damn, man! Like you really messed me up." On this.
If you're trying to modify Mezco figures, you got to invest in a seam ripper so you can get really clean cuts out of them.
Yeah, I just used a scissor. Thankfully, I didn't make no holes, but I hate like when something isn't as original as possible. So I was like, damn, you fucking asshole. And
Just to cut you off real quick, though, Rick, when you talk about GPS slot, I also picked up this Superman head sculpt that I did some photos of. They're on my Instagram and they're on the Facebook group.
Wait, hold on. Where was that Superman sculpt from?
From GPS slot.
Whoa, what? Really?
Yeah, dude, they had it. It was not cheap. I'll tell you what.
I know. I remember when you said how much it was. I was like, oh,
dude,
shit.
they don't have it up for sale. It's a bid.
It's
so
a bid, yeah. I was about to ask. Is that one of their bids?
It gets up there sometimes.
Really?
I pulled the trigger though, man. It was my last bad decision of 2018.
You gotta have one at least.
Yeah. That way, it's only up from there.
Yeah, start on a low note,
right.
so you can only impress yourself.
right.
Next time you got a high note, you got to leave early.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, when I got it in hand, man, it's I didn't even care anymore. It was so worth it. It's truly fantastic. Like, it's creepy. I think it's basically a Hot Toys shrunken head.
I was about to say it's a Hot Toy shrunken head, so it looks incredible.
So you get the hands, you get the neck piece, because there's a separate neck from the head, and then you get the head. The only thing that doesn't match is the skin tone to like the base of the collar kind of has a little bit of skin tone painted on. It doesn't match that, so I got to get that fixed and hopefully in a way that doesn't like smudge it onto this head or into the neck. All right, yeah, that's it. Sorry about that. Just plugging myself a little bit.
How dare you? What else did I get? Oh yeah, Target is out here clearancing out shit like it's nobody's business, and I bought a bunch of those Miles and Gwen 2-packs I didn't wait until they got to 11, whatever they are at now. I got them like at $19.99, and so I got three more of those.
Hold one of those for me, man. I still didn't get that shit.
Yeah, I'll hold you one.
I'll send you $20.
I have a fucking million miles, so it's.
I mean, you got so save me one too if you got a million.
when the original single carded one came out, nobody remembers other than like John Papa Sergio and like a couple other cats. That one and the regular Peter were on Walmart.com for $3.99.
Thanks.
So I bought I think I bought like 10. I remember I took a picture like 2 months ago of like holding all the Miles in my hand, like, yep, like I'm gonna need another one. Like when I saw the 2-pack, I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna have to buy the 2-pack ones now because it's the movie version with the spider spray paint. Fuck. So yeah, I bought a shitload of those. I didn't buy as many Peter Parkers, which I regret. I bought a shitload of Miles though. I only bought like I think 5 Peters. And shit. And I got a couple of the Rosses and what's his name, and Killmonger. Honestly, I wish I wouldn't have bought multiple of that one because I don't need suited bodies. I mean, everybody is living. It's strange the time we're in right now because people like that are collecting now weren't collecting during the J. Jonah Jameson one, the suited body single card. So like, I don't really need suited bodies. I have too many of them because when the Chameleon came out, I bought a shitload of them. So I kind of regret buying multiple.
Yeah, now you got different suit options. White shirt, blue suit. Just do a bunch of swaps.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling myself.
No regrets.
A different white boy. It's okay. It's just another white man. Shit. I think what else did I get? Oh yeah, I found this random 3 3/4 inch cable from the MU series, and I just forgot like how incredible that line is. Like how it was at points when David Warner was at his high.
Well, not the line, but
no, some of the figures.
Some of the figures, and that is absolutely one of the best.
Yeah, I found one, and I was just like, "Oh my god! Like, how could I forget how fucking incredible this figure was?" It was just, I if they ever made that in 6-inch form, I'd lose it. I don't know how many I would end up.
That's what I was hoping for with Mezco. I still got my fingers crossed. I'm almost certain we still going to get a Mezco cable and a Baby Hulk. Like I said, being that they already did Baby Hulk, and they might try to repurpose that mold at some point. But
would be smart.
That cable is one of probably like maybe 4 MU figures that I still own, and I got rid of everything else. I got Cable, I got Professor X, I got Rogue, I got Cyclops. Yeah, I think that's it. 4.
Yeah, those are really good ones to keep. The bigger figures were really nice too, like the the Apocalypse, the Scar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep.
Those were all really nice ones too. I have all of those somewhere, but I don't have them anywhere reachable because at the time I was just like, oh, they're fucking MU. I don't need to find these readily. And
Yeah, that cable is fire, especially if you want to kind of like mix and match them with like the old Sentinels and shit like that. Obviously, I've done shit like that before, but
yeah, I used to do a lot of forced perspective shot when we didn't have a cable yet in the line, and like I remember I did a picture where we had ML Hope in the background and I had cable, in the foreground. And I just remember thinking to myself like, man, when the fuck are we gonna get another one in this size? With GPS slot, I forgot to mention. I also got a cape for Guts from Berserk, but I got the red cape for the Golden Age arc. And man, I completely forgot this guy didn't line it with for whatever reason with wire. So it's just like a draping cape, and I was kind of disappointed. That was my fault though. I didn't pay attention. I don't know why he didn't line it with wire.
I think he has two different ones.
yeah, I got to get my shit together with GPS lot. I don't have not one piece from them, and I definitely want to fit my Mysterio and Guts and quite a few people, man.
I'm thinking about getting one of the Superman.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, I know that's the problem. When there was that eBay code, that's when I bought all this stuff. I looked at his store and I was just like, "Fuck, what do I start with? Like, what do I buy first?" And I just bought.
What came out? What do you guys have that's like fire that you just like? I know the Mysterio one is cool.
I got a Supreme shirt for my Miles. That's hilarious.
I got a Supreme shirt too. Holy shit!
Oh, nice. I just have the regular red shirt from Old Man Logan. What I did though is I got one of the red scarves that they have there for. I think they have them posed like Kakashi from SHF, and I put that on my Old Man Logan because the dark red kind of matches the mask that I put him with and everything better. And then I'd put Old Man Logan or Ronin Wolverine's scarf on my Wonder Woman because in the movie she has that weird like red shawl at one point. So that looked pretty good. I mean, their scarves are honestly quite good, but I ended up putting Wonder Woman in that coat that she has in the first movie with her, where she like steps out onto the battlefield and then she takes off the coat and then it's boom, Wonder Woman. That from GPS Law was pretty damn good. And obviously the Hulk pants. If you have that SHF Hulk book, just get the lizard set and then put the purple pants on him.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to Diego and I was like, Diego, man, just buy the purple pants for this Hulk because I know he buys a lot from GPS Lot. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no purple pants for Hulk. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, yeah, it's the lizard pants, man. And then when he was like, oh, my God, it's the lizard pants? And
so you got to actually be careful if you get them because it has a hole in the back for the tail. So if you're not careful putting it on Hulk, you could stretch that and that could be like a rip point. So just, careful. But it actually slipped on without me needing to take off like the feet or anything. It's stretchy, like Rick said. It looks small, but it'll stretch on.
Yeah, his clothes, that's one thing people need to keep in mind, like when you get it. Because even I was like taken aback by it. I was like, what the fuck? This clothes is tight as shit. And once you get it on, it's not a problem. It stretches really well. Like I said, that Old Man Logan is kind of low-key buff, and that red shirt was really small. And once it's on, it looks fine. I was kind of worried that he was going to look like a gym rat.
Yeah, especially with the coat, it looks perfect.
Yeah, especially when he has a coat on it, it looks really good.
But if you want the Hulk set, they have a Hulk set too. It has like a sleeveless white shirt with like rips and then gray pants.
Yeah, I've seen people post it. I didn't like that as much.
Yeah, me neither.
I was like, oh, it doesn't look that great. I remember
the purple looks like really good. It contrasts with the green really well.
Yeah, I think that the purple is just something about it. It's Hulk with purple fucking pants.
Yeah, it's got a very like Kirby look to it. Like the kind of long, almost like mid-calf pants.
Yeah, exactly. it's hard not to look at it and like it.
Here's a couple people chiming in about this. Remy X-Man 26 got a Miles hoodie, jacket, and shorts. That's probably another really good set. I think maybe Dallas was posing pictures of that.
Yeah, that one is just like bids now.
You know what? I haven't really been feeling I don't know. I haven't really been feeling the Miles shit that I've been seeing out there. But I think it's partially because it's just something in my brain that says I know that it's going to get done from a regular company, and I just don't want to jump out the window and buy it from anywhere else right now.
But that's actually kind of the good thing about the clothing aspect of this too, is that you can modify your figures, and then if something better comes along, you can just put it back to normal without having to like worry about paint and shit.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, I think one of the things that really puts me off about a lot of those Miles mods is like the shorts, because it's hard to get like all the shorts look crazy baggy on all these Marvel Legends. Like what Rick and Fabio were saying, it's hard to get the clothes on like Mezco's and SH Figure Art stuff, because they're scaled kind of for Legends, and since Mezco's and obviously the SH Figure Arts Hulk is like way bigger, it makes the shirts tighter. But if you're putting GPS lock clothing on a lot of these on a lot of Legends, they do tend to be a little loose in like in areas where they should be tight. So like I got a bunch of stuff from GPS lot. So like I got like a leather jacket for my Spider-Man Noir that fits really good. I got like a green long sleeve like baggy jacket for a Peter B. Parker that fits really good, and then I got like gray pants for Peter B. Parker, and like they're tailored well in terms of like how they wrap around his leg, but the waistband, just the size of the material, it just bunches up a little bit, and I think that's where it kind of that's where the illusion of like soft goods starts to break on 1/12 figures, just because of the limitations of stitching, and you can't really stitch that small and stuff a lot, especially if they're being like widely produced like these GPS lot things. It doesn't come across as fine as like the perfect example is that Mezco Joker. Like his suits just seemed like they're very tailored for 1/12 scale, and a lot of GPS lot stuff, while they do look great, sometimes they like when it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good, unfortunately.
It looks bad. Really
yeah,
bad.
and I think the Miles shorts are a testament to that too, just because shorts are already a smaller amount of material, but then you get to that waist, and it's like, this looks kind of, it's like too bunched up, because Miles is a thin figure anyway, and it's nothing against the material. It's on a small figure, so it doesn't stretch out.
Yeah,
No
and
doubt.
it's
Yeah, I'm just not.
it's
You
not
gotta
even
really. Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
it's not even just GPS lot too. I mean, like, there's many people that make these clothes, independent guys on Instagram or their own weird random stores on eBay. It doesn't work, the fabric shorts, and that's the problem. I remember I'm sure you can go to Dallas's page and find it. Me and Dallas discussed like many times in posts that like you have to have plastic pants for Miles. It's just not going to look good. No matter what you do, it's going to look baggy. It's going to bunch up in the wrong way, and it's just not going to look good. That's why not that long ago, I posted a picture for him because we tried to figure out a formula of this Ray from, what's the name of that movie? The first one, The Awakening? Yeah, there you go. That Ray, has like really well sculpted shorts on. And not only that, but it plugs in a stupid way, and there's like a big hole at the bottom of the shorts. And you could feasibly just pop these on and put them onto your Miles figure and have shorts. You're just gonna have to paint them. And that's gonna be the trick, is that you're gonna have to find and replace or sculpt pants or shorts on Miles, because it's just not gonna look good no matter what you do. At least in my opinion, it's not gonna look right.
That's it.
I see a lot of people putting Jordans on them too. I'm wondering where people are getting those.
Oh, there's this guy on Instagram that's making really good Jordans, but his only problem is that he like looked at the wrong reference picture and he didn't sculpt them right. He put a big Jumpman on the tongue. Jordan,
come on, man!
They're never supposed to have a Jumpman on them. They didn't even exist when those shoes came out. The Jumpman, like, it's really off-putting to me. I mean, I know a lot of people don't give a shit because he's like booked up until like March. I think like all his orders are booked until March to get new shoes in. But it rubs me like off, and I have to, when I get them in, I'm gonna have to slice.
Gotta say Nike Air on that tongue.
Yeah, I gotta slice off that fucking Jordan because it's sculpted too. It's not just paint. I have to slice that shit off.
Yeah,
and
it's 3D printed, is it not?
I believe, yeah.
I think we're thinking of the same dude.
Yeah, and what's nice about that guy's Jordans is that he has the peg for Miles printed onto the shoes as well.
Yeah, sculpted into it. I got a Spider-Man Noir hat from him as well. Same guy.
Yeah, there. Yeah, he does the
So-
Spider-Man noir hat. Yeah, his name is like Justin Customs or something like Justin something.
Just in time.
Justin.
Just in case.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
just in. I'm booked up till March. So
Boom. Yeah. There's a few people that make them. They're mostly oversized. He's the only one that makes them like perfectly in scale at the moment. And I don't know. I would have bought them. I would have bit the bullet and bought them had he not been like, yeah, you gotta wait until March. And I was like, oh well, fuck this. People won't even care in March anymore. People move on to something else. People are gonna see the new Cyclops and they're gonna want like a fucking jacket for him, or they're gonna want something. I don't, There's gonna be a new fabric clothed fad that people are gonna jump on. GPS Law I think I sent it to you, Ponder. GPS Law just put up a sick, like Scarlet Spider suit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, for Mexico though.
that looked
I
That's
was
a heavy
just,
mod, man. You gotta
was-
paint. You gotta paint a black suit Spidey head
Yeah.
for it and everything.
You gotta work for that one.
Yeah, but it looked pretty good. Yeah, I definitely saw it. I was
yeah,
gonna say,
I can't,
you
I
gotta
can't
check
do
on
all
their-
of this
on their
modern
listing.
shit, man. I'm sorry. I can't do all of this putting clothes on Legends and shit. If the figure didn't come like that, the most I'm gonna do is like a cape, probably. I'm just not with all of that shit, man. I can't. I don't have the patience for it, honestly. Really.
yeah, I don't
Dang,
think
you
they
gotta
look
start fucking with
particularly
dolls,
good on
bud.
these Legends bodies, honestly.
Yeah,
y'all playing with dolls out here.
pretty much. That's what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. I think like the sweet spot, just like you just said, is capes. I mean, because the reality is, all of these capes for most of these companies fucking suck. From Marvel Legends to SHF to Figma, they're terrible. They're made of plastic. They need to get with the times. So
Especially Mattel, and that's why they're losing the license.
Mattel, they fucking suck. You know, so that part really does make the most sense, is getting these capes for these characters, because all these capes suck. I mean, those Guts capes are all terrible. Anything from Revoltech that involves a cape with a bunch of fucking joints on it, disgusting.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yo, I bought a. Speaking of disgusting capes, I got a Revoltech Batman. He should be here tomorrow.
Oh no.
Get ready for a fucking nightmare of a cape.
Yeah.
You just bought a Rubik's Cube, Pancho.
Hey, well,
Basically.
I'll do what I can.
You solve it in under 30 minutes.
I'm actually interested to see people match up that Batman with Deathstroke, and that was my initial plan. But I sold that shit so fast, that Batman. I don't know. I like I said, I might backtrack and still get the Deathstroke and then see how I feel. But that Batman looks like a pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, I got him for like $40 on an Amazon warehouse deal. So
Okay, all right.
that's
We
what I
getting sidetracked like a motherfucker too. Let me just hurry up and say what I got so we can move on to the docket. We done spent the hour talking about nothing just now.
Well, that's what it's all about.
No doubt.
Come on, I got time.
This past week, I got a big ass pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store. I did like a little unboxing on my channel. If you haven't checked that out, then you can. But some of the things that really stuck out in that package were my favorite thing out of that package was the Mythic Legions goblins. Those shits are fire, man. I slept on Mythic Legions, and they are really fun to mess with and really quality figures, man. I got to give it to the Four Horsemen, man. I am like afraid of what's about to happen because I keep going back and scrolling and looking at shit that's in stock right now. Like, well, I can have it right now, so
You're sick.
Yeah, I'm sick. No question.
Man, those things look amazing. I've seen this guy on Reddit that posts an army of like Crusader Knights with like a custom Jesus Knight action figure.
Wow.
Christ.
I need it. It's amazing.
I'd like to see that picture. But
Time for a fucking crusade.
but that sounds amazing. But yeah, man, these things are highly customizable. You can like mix and match and do whatever you want and put them however you want, and man, they are great. So yeah, I got Go Tanks in that pile of loot. I got Bucky from Infinity War, which I don't care about. I'm just waiting for the next one to come out so I can swap the head on there. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully they're not fucking us over with that. I got SHF Mark 7 Iron Man. And I don't know. It was a bunch of stuff in that pile of loot. And then yesterday, I did some real like ninja thirsty shit, and and I knew that I was going to be getting my Mezco Dark Side, but I had it slated to be delivered to my job, and there's no mail that goes to my job on Saturdays. So I called FedEx early in the morning and like had them hold the package at the facility. And then I went all the way out to Brooklyn to pick that shit up and came back and reviewed that shit.
Hell yeah.
And so, yeah, I tried to do the same with my Marvel Legends, Deadpool, and Professor X, but that didn't come to my post office right next to my job. It came to like the big post office in the city or whatever, so I couldn't get that. So I'll be getting that tomorrow, and I see a bunch of people jumped up on that and put up their reviews and shit anyway, so it's all good. I'll still review it.
For who? Sorry, my bad.
For Deadpool and Professor X from the Ultimate Riders Marvel Legends shit. I actually watched one review earlier today of that, and yeah, Darkseid is cool, man. Darkseid is really nice, really photogenic, but you're not gonna really be getting them into any good poses, though. You can forget about that. And that's it.
Mervine48 says, "Don't buy off eBay if you want to backtrack on Mythic. Wait for I believe New Jersey Comic Con, ZoloCon, and ToyCon."
No doubt. Okay. All right.
They're based out of there, I believe, so that they usually have.
Yeah, they showed up at the last New Jersey Comic Con. I was supposed to ride out with Ed and Danny LeBlanc, but I didn't. I ended up having to do something that day. I think I had my daughter, or we had to do something, but I couldn't go. And they went over there. They had an exclusive actually at that con. I think it was like one of the Red Orcs or some shit. But yeah, definitely the next time they pop up in New Jersey, I'll probably go and grab some things. I want to grab maybe like 2 more of the goblins, and I think I want to maybe grab a knight, and just a few things here and there. I did want to kind of get that big ass rock troll too.
Oh man!
But yeah, man,
for Jesus right here though.
Yeah, that's really nice. These things, man, I won't say no pictures, but most pictures don't really do them justice, man. Once you get that shit in hand, it is like, whoa, this is quality shit here.
Yeah, for sure. Those goblins, especially.
And look at what he's doing here. This is all like him mixing and some of it is him mixing and matching shit. You know what I mean?
They're all modular. You know what? Like if you're really hurting for orcs, like there's a human. They do a human body that's the exact same buck as orcs. Just get somebody to paint it green, and then. So many people sell like custom orc heads on eBay for like $20 or something.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
there's a huge community for this already.
These fucking knights look nice, man.
I know, man. I love the Templar knights look. It's amazing.
I wouldn't put all that shit on my guys, but it's all good. But yeah, man, that's it. Let's move into our topics, man. It's about to be the top of the hour right now, anyway.
Perfect.
Well, yeah. So the first topic is NECA. Fabio, let's take the reins, buddy.
Oh, why did I stop screen sharing then?
Oh shit.
Well, we talked about it, I think a couple weeks ago because there was a leak or just kind of a picture that came out, but now NECA got in front of it and released the official pictures of John Connor with motorcycle.
John Connor with motorcycle.
That's right. Ultimate John Connor, I guess we should say.
Oh yeah. This how do you feel, Fabio? I think
it's good, man. This is basically what Randy was talking about in my interview, the Lost NECA interview. It's on my channel. Go check it out. Basically, he was saying that the whole point of the Kenner line, which is actually just starting to hit shelves now and is on their eBay store, it's a lot of reused parts, but doing that allows them to add extra tooling to John. And he even mentioned that John was going to come with a lot of cool stuff. I kind of thought it might have been the motorcycle, but I thought they might have wanted to save that for the Kenner John Connor, which is what originally came with the motorcycle. Mm-hmm. But this is a great way to do it. We're getting a brand new figure and a brand new accessory. Like this is just a top to bottom like new thing. I hope his backpack is removable because that'd be a dope accessory. If he came with like the laptop and all that dope stuff, easy money.
I don't see why it wouldn't be removable.
Right here it says GNR because I guess they couldn't use the real motorcycle, but that's obviously like Guns N' Roses, which is the song that plays when he's riding around on the motorcycle.
Nice.
Really good stuff. I mean, the head sculpt definitely. I don't know if it's a dead ringer, but it looks more like Edward Furlong than Edward Furlong does now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. But yeah, the head sculpt doesn't look that great, but I'm all in. I'm buying this shit, no question about it. I'm super duper. What's the word I'm looking for? Choosy with NECA stuff, but I definitely have the T2 Terminator. That was one thing that I definitely wanted to buy from them. I keep that shit on permanent display at the crib. So this John Connor is a must buy, no question about it.
Sarah, they got the 2 versions of the T1000, and these are just the ultimate versions. If you want to go back and the Terminator line, deep, but we never had John, so this is like really incredible. Top to bottom, brand new piece with a dope accessory that I'm sure people are going to grab for other displays.
For sure. 100%.
And that kind of makes me wonder if we will get a Kenner version of him. Because they're not just going to use this once, they'll probably put him in a 2-pack or something. Who knows?
Do it.
Yeah, it looks great. Another thing that NECA teased this week is the Alien 3 accessory pack. So just a bunch of little different larval forms of the alien from Alien 3.
Alien guys.
Yeah, we got the Queen face cutter back here. All you alien guys, this is just another completist piece. They teased this other thing that nobody really knows what it is, but it's just some fabric thing.
Yeah,
for Monster Monday.
Damn.
So who knows? Could be
go
another
back to the fabric.
Yeah,
Black Frankenstein, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Black and then an orange stripe. I don't even know.
Oh, damn, I don't know either. Goth Michelangelo, maybe. Psych. That's
Man. With those hands, yeah. I think the turtles don't have it.
Yeah, with those hands.
And then this is hitting shelves now. Is the Chucky and Tiffany 2-pack from Bride of Chucky.
I'm seeing these showing up in a lot of pictures. These look cool though.
No, man, they're great. That champagne bottle is actually really great scale for other figures too. Just a giant ass champagne bottle.
Yo, I don't know which forum I was on. It may have been Facebook or somewhere else, but somebody was complaining about Chucky figures. And he's like, "Yeah, this looks too much like a doll." And someone was like, "Well, I got great news for you, buddy."
Never anything that can get away with that.
It's hilarious, man.
Wow. Unbelievable.
If you check your shelves, like I said, the Kenner Terminator stuff is starting to hit. I got the AVP stuff. I got that at Target actually, so you can definitely
hit up your local ambassador.
Definitely. I remember I told you guys the worst Target in town. And there was literally a whole month in a row of pictures where I went every week and it was nothing on the shelves.
Well, you know who to blame.
And then I show up this week just stocked to the brim, man.
Yeah.
Literally everything. Chucky, 3 versions of Freddy,
Yeah.
4 versions of Jason, the aliens, the fucking the Predator from the comics, everything. They did a good job stocking up. And
Are
I
you
did
the ambassador of your Target or no?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay.
And that's what I mean. I sent the pictures and the results came.
Damn. Fabio,
now I just gotta get my
oh shit. That's what's up.
Power of an ambassador. This guy's throwing his weight around.
Exactly. Flashing the badge.
And everything.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna get this stocked up, player. Let me know.
Let me talk to the manager.
Yeah.
Who are you?
My lion head draped around my shoulder.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
That's what's up. But yeah, I'm all in for John Connor. What's the release date for that? Or
let me see. This says that it's still a prototype coming in 2019.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll hear some more. Definitely hear some more information and see him in person at Toy Fair next month.
Yeah. Now I see a lot of people scrambling to go back and get the other Terminator releases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's crazy how one figure can just do that. Once that one thing hits, that one key character, it's like everybody wants to go back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can't think of what other lines that's happened with, but I definitely feel like it happens a lot.
It's gonna happen next month for SH Figure Arts when Majin Buu comes out. Everybody's gonna try and get that Gohan again. Everybody slept on that Gohan. Basically.
Real cheap one?
The one that was just like the 1.0 Goku mold with a Gohan head on it from like 3 years ago, I think.
But it was real cheap for a long time.
Yeah, it was like $35 for a very long time.
It went even lower than that, actually.
Jeez. Yeah, I just hear a lot of people don't like that figure and they just thought it was whack. But yeah, who you gonna have fight your Majin Buu?
That's right. I think John Papa Sergio in the chat saying that they're going to re-release the older figures to go along with John, and actually the T800 Ultimate is actually showing up on shelves in Target as well. So
Oh, tight.
it has technically been re-released or at least restocked.
I've seen the T800.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times too. So yeah, go check your Targets, man. The ambassadorship is working.
Damn, you never know. They might be back. Stupid.
I just watched Terminator Salvation again for the first time in a long time, like last week actually too.
Which one is that one? Is that one with Christian Bale? No.
Yes,
That's
yeah, it
Daenerys
is.
Stormborn
Yeah, it is.
of the House of
Engineers, right?
Targaryen.
I was reminiscing with my wife the other, like, I think yesterday, that a commercial for that came on or something came on for that, and I was like, I saw that in theaters. She goes, I didn't even know that was a thing, and I go, well, you fucking suck. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, how about this? Have you ever heard of a divorce?
Yeah, basically.
I come your way. I keep the kids.
That's basically it for NECA, huh?
Yeah, that's about it.
Wait,
Right.
did I miss when you brought up the 2-pack of God of War?
Oh yeah, that is starting to hit. I think it might have just shown up on their eBay if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sure did.
Yeah, I know Toy Arc got it in hand early and he put out the gallery as he does.
Yeah, just doing his thing.
That guy. Yeah, so he does have pictures. Let me see if I can find those. But yeah, that Atreus and Kratos 2-pack is starting to hit pretty soon. I don't think I'll be getting it because I don't really collect a lot of the I didn't even play that game. So what attachment do I have?
Right, same here.
I've not
But
played it yet
it looks cool, and I, my sickness, I saw the props in there, and I was like,
Yeah, there's some dope stuff. There's some like flame effects that could attach to his sword.
fire! I'll take the fire.
Yeah, that's right. There's also a thermal vision predator that's Target exclusive that's coming out, or I think it is already out. Yep, that's it. We can move on to Legends, what everybody really wants to talk about.
Shit.
Why don't we get to the good shit?
Yeah,
That's right. Before we get to the even better shit, which is the Mezco.
Oh,
Yeah, so let's speak on Legends.
yeah. What point are we hitting
Yeah,
first?
wait, Bo, this is your corner.
All right, well, what's going on with Legends? I don't even know what's happening.
All right. Well, what we had talking about Legends was number one, those early figures showing up on eBay. Number two, the Riders wave hitting, and number three, the rumors, or not rumors, even confirmations from Todd of waves to come this year.
Okay, so well, let's tackle the writers real quick because it's not like they are officially showing up. Basically, CMD Store out in Canada got some sets pretty early, and they put them up, and they were available to ship. So quite a few reviewers and other thirsty folks got on those, myself included, and I ordered mine directly from CMD Store, but also. Entertainment Earth had them up for pre-order, a month or so back, and they started shipping out early orders as well. And I don't know if that was a mistake, but every so often Entertainment Earth will do that. They'll just have some shit and have it super early, and if you were one of the first people to order with them, then you might get lucky and get your shit super early. As far as I know, though, these Ultimate Riders packs weren't really slated to ship until March or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's quite a few people out there that have them early now. They're not officially out, so don't, go throwing a temper tantrum or getting upset. You'll be able to get them in March when they officially drop. If you pre-ordered through Big Bad Toy Store or wherever you pre-ordered through, they'll still be coming through. I'm sure there will be an abundance of Deadpool and Professor X, and I'm sure there'll still be a whole bunch of people that'll sleep on them anyway and then have to backtrack and get a Professor X when they start finishing to round out the Blue Strike Force and all the Jim Lee X-Men and all of that good shit. So Riders out of the way. Yeah, if you got lucky, then you got it, and if not, then just sit tight. They'll be coming up soon. I should be
trying to get these in stores yet.
I should be reviewing both sets this week. Maybe tomorrow. I'll take a casual look at them. I'm not going to go nuts because, like I said, a bunch of reviews have already started to pop up. But I definitely want to do some comparisons between Deadpool and this Vespa and the import Deadpool and Vespa, the Figma Deadpool and the Vespa that I got to match up with him and show some of the similarities and differences between those. And what was next? You said, Rick? What else was there?
But before we get on to the next part of Legends, I'm throwing the fuck away that accessory that Xavier comes with. I'm not about to have no jizz effect in my house. I'm not gonna do no Freddy Krueger on the toilet.
Jeez.
I don't want it.
Oh my god, yeah. Man, I know that guy. Not personally, but I'm chill with him. We go to similar stores. He's from this area, but like, God, I agree with you. I hate stuff like that. It's stupid, but whatever.
It is. We don't even it's the worst. So for Legends, we also had Todd come through and say that we had already 3 X-Men waves or X-Men related waves planned to come out this year. We don't know the figures in them, but it's going to be a vintage X-Men wave, an X-Force wave, and then I believe a regular X-Men wave as well.
Okay.
That's quite a bit of X-Men stuff.
But speaking of people getting stuff early, with that eBay store put up the Hercules, the Living Laser, something else, right?
And Nighthawk.
And Nighthawk early, and they were loose.
That was nuts, yeah. And they were very reasonably priced. There's a guy, I don't know if it can't be him. There's a guy who does this very often.
It can't be him.
He charges an insane amount. He never charges that price that he had. He had $39.99, I think.
For a loose figure, though, what the fuck?
I mean, believe it or not, like I said, there's usually a guy who charges like $80.
Yeah.
For them loose early. I never seen a guy have them that cheap before. I mean, it's for a loose Legend $40, so it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than literally double the price what it normally is. Yeah.
I passed. I had the opportunity to maybe grab it, just for review sake, but I'm not paying $40 for a loose figure.
Yeah, I don't review, so there's literally no need for me to get it early. There's just to have it early would be the reason to have it.
Peg warm when the time comes, so you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that Nighthawk, that Living Laser, they are gonna sit on pegs like Misty Knight.
We need to address the fact that the Legends waves that are out right now are like pretty bad though, especially the Spider-Man wave,
the Kingpin wave.
The Kingpin wave, yeah, excuse me. The Black Panther wave is decent from what I can tell, and it looks like the Killmonger in that wave is one of the best Legends that they probably ever put out, like movie Legends at the very least. But that Kingpin wave is crazy trash, man, and
It's garbage.
And I totally forgot about this, and I was about to make a comment on it on Plastic and Paint, but I said I'll just save it for the podcast. But if you guys remember at Toy Fair, the dude who has the tattoo of the action figure joints on his arm proclaimed that he was taking over all of the Spider-Man Legends at Toy Fair. So I would assume that this particular wave is under his his doing or whatever. So out the gate, he's not looking real good with these. I don't know if it's the choices or if it's just the figures were whack, or I really don't know, man.
They were really relying on the Build-A-Figure to sell this one.
Right.
It's like it may just be, man, that we're just as stupid as it sounds. We may just be getting old, because I've seen a couple people that are like, "Oh yeah, man, the fucking Carnage Goblin. I don't even know his name. The Carnage Goblin. That's the modern one." And then the Black Cat. I'm just happy to get it. Like, this is the modern Black Cat. Like, there's so much we need from Spider-Man that to give us this shit, I just don't want it. I don't want any of them besides.
To your point, actually, there's people who have only recently started collecting Legends now that this is their first Black Cat. They haven't been around even long enough to have had the one.
That's true. That's true, and it's apparently it's a current look from the books too. So I mean, all of this shit that in this wave, aside from I think Puma, I guess is kind of current looks, right? Who else is in this wave?
Silver Sable kind of always looks the same. But yeah, the rest are all very modern looks. Oh my! And that 6-armed Spider-Man. Oh,
trash! Oh my god, man! What the hell? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if dude was
twist, dude.
I don't know if I don't know for certain. but I do know one thing for certain. I know that he said that he was taking over, specifically said he was taking over Spider-Man Legends, that he was going to be running it. You know, at the end of the day, the decisions of, I guess, what characters were going to come out and how things were going to go he was at the helm as far as that goes. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming this was his first dip in the pool, and it wasn't that great, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you know, I'm not about to be a separate person on like when it comes to a different topic. Me and Poncho always preach that when these modern DBZ characters come out, it's for a purpose, and it's because, you know, they're popular now and that they make sense now. So I get it. I understand why these legends were made. Like, you know, I'm not arguing the fact that I don't know why they're being made, but I just don't like that they're being made. I don't want them. I don't give a shit about Carnage Goblin or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't give a damn about him. I don't care about weird sunglasses, black suit Spider-Man. Like, I'm not here.
Summer fun symbiote.
Yeah, summer fun. Like, I'm not here. Like, I don't. I understand.
Tuxedo mask Spider-Man.
Tuxedo mask.
Fighting evil by moonlight. Oh my god. You know, I don't want them. They're just I don't want them.
I mean,
besides Cable and Puma,
Spider-Man is like a Spider-Verse display. Like, where's he even from?
Yeah. What?
But again, there's people who are just now picking up the line that this could be their first symbiote.
Yeah. And you know, like I said, people have like, I've said this in groups before, and they've been like, "Push, because you don't read. If you would read, you would like this Goblin." And like, you know, maybe they're right. But it's not for me, and I can choose to not.
Well,
like
I don't doubt that you might like the character in the comic books, but I think that figure just looks ass.
Yeah, it's on a weird buck. Like, you know, when it comes to me, like, I like posable figures, and when I think of like Green Goblin, like, he's on that glider and like he's always crouched down, like grabbing the top of that glider. Like, why would you not like? Why wouldn't you put him on a hyper articulated figure? And he's like a symbiote character. Symbiotes are like super articulated. Again, I don't read this, so I wouldn't know. Maybe he's a statue in the comic, but
I don't know. I think Homeboy was just like, again, I might be totally wrong, but I'm putting it on this dude again still anyway. But I think he was just like super overzealous with this shit. Like, all right, we're going to knock this out. We got the Kingpin. He's going to be the star of this shit. Let's cut corners. Let's save a little money. And let's, you know, don't worry about the regular figures. Kingpin's going to sell the wave and shit.
And you know, as much as like,
not to mention that people need two Kingpins to build a separate Shadow King if they want to do that too. So I think they were really banking on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's I don't understand why they're only going to be able to use that mold once. Like, as annoying as it would have been, I would have understood if they'd released an X-Men wave where the Shadow King was the Build-A-Figure. But now you made the Kingpin BAF, and now we're never going to have that.
I could see them using that mold for something else. There's got to be somebody else with that shape. I actually saw somebody
on that for sure.
Yeah, I could see that. I saw somebody actually put the Thing head on there and just put his hands behind his back and had Thing in a fucking white suit.
Oh yeah, that's a funny one.
But I don't know. There's somebody we're not thinking about that they could definitely put on that buck, and not to mention that I wouldn't be surprised if they do Kingpin again. As like a ode to the old Toy Biz shit and put him in an all black suit.
Yeah, I could see that like in an SDCC pack or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, you know, to give the line credit, everybody that has the Black Panther wave says it's incredible. They love Claw. They love, obviously, that Killmonger. People are saying that it's already like top figure of the year and it's only January.
Killmonger is crazy.
People say that M'Baku BAF, especially his head sculpt, is just incredible. So I mean, at least that looks good. But man, this Spider-Man wave, just what a shit in the pants.
The Kree Century Build-A-Figure wave looks pretty trash too. So
that looks terrible. Yeah, that looks. There's too much. This is like the one movie where it was okay to only do a couple of movie figures and then a bunch of comic ones. Like, you know, we always get those waves where we're like, damn, it would have been nice to get more movie figures this time, but oh well. This is one of those waves where it's like, man, maybe you shouldn't have given us like 3 different Captain Marvels in one wave.
Mm-hmm.
Should have just given us Sam Jack, and that would have been it. Nobody would have been like, fuck, man, I really wanted her in the jacket. Jesus. no one was gonna say it. No one was gonna say it. You know, no one was gonna care. So I don't know. That wave does not look great either. I'm probably only gonna buy Genis Vel, and that's probably gonna be it. Oh, and Sam Jack. I don't think I'm gonna buy anything else.
Who knows? I'll wait till I see the movie. I might love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, you'd think with a movie that was arguably like surprisingly popular with like Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, which we only got a couple of movie figures for outside of like the first 10 years line.
Yeah.
You would think they would do something similar with Captain Marvel because it's still like kind of untested.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think they're banking a little too hard on it. I think
Yeah, I
she's
think
getting
so.
overexposed even before the movie's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really bought movie figures until Black Panther came around, and I think it's just gonna end up being the same for me. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that many movie figures besides Black Panther related ones.
I'm the opposite. Like my resurgence back into Legends was specifically because of MCU figures. But this is before like SH Figure Arts got a bunch of licenses too, and I had that other option as well. But I remember the first time I bought the first time back I was buying like new Legends because I got back into figure collecting and I was buying a bunch of old Legends, like just like comic book figure Legends, and then the first like wave that I pre-ordered and bought was like that Hulkbuster wave, like and then I remember thinking, "Wow, I'm sick."
I'm sick.
Yeah, that's it. Is that it for Marvel Legends?
Yeah, that's all we have.
Well, real quick before we get off of Legends, what was the what did we find out about? That's my terrible bell. What did we find out about the Legends, that the X-Force and X-Men? I wasn't really listening when you mentioned that.
Oh yeah, Todd, although we don't know the figures in the wave yet, he confirmed that we're gonna get 3 waves right now that we know of: a regular X-Men wave, an X-Force wave, and then a vintage X-Men series. Like,
Right. Okay.
Oh, cool.
so we're not 100% sure what's in any of these waves. He said that he'll have more information soon or coming soon, but we know that those waves 100% are it. So
All
we're
right.
gonna get packed full of fucking X-Men.
All right. So hopefully we'll get redeemed from this Spider-Man and Kree Century Build-A-Figure wave. I have not bought any new Legends in a moment, actually, like new stuff that's coming out now. Some weeks back I got me another Mysterio on some figures from that wave, but I haven't bought any of this new shit.
I know you said you're getting behind on the vintage wave, right?
Yep, I don't even have any of that vintage wave. It's mad shit I don't have, but I'm going to. I know I'm gonna catch a sale soon. I'll be able to finesse something like P did, hopefully, and get some shit really really cheap and just get everything at once.
It's like we're living new wave deja vu's. Like I'm totally seeing this Kingpin wave and that Captain Marvel wave taking the place of the original Rhino Bath wave and the first Guardians of the Galaxy wave. Like I'm just picturing both of these waves sitting at a store for like an entire year. Like they're just gonna sit.
Yeah.
That Red Goblin.
Captain Marvel wave at Five Below in 2 years.
Oh no question. It's gonna be the next Guardians of the Galaxy wave, and that Rhino Bath wave is gonna be a lot like this Kingpin wave, where we're just gonna have like Misty Knight and other random ass characters just totally pegging.
There's a guy who posts on Reddit every year because there's been the same Bullseye figure there for 6 years now. On pegs, like worn to bits, like just still there. Every year he gives us the update.
What store is this?
At a Target.
Oh, which Bullseye?
The Bullseye from not Bullseye, I'm sorry, Boomerang.
Oh damn, that is so fucked up. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I gotta get a link to this page. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, my one of my targets by my father's house has 4 Misty Knights.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is ever gonna purchase those poor fucking Misty Knights.
Misty yikes.
For a long time.
Jeez. Well, that's it, right? For Legends, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't have anything else.
We got a lot of people in the. I mean, the chat right now is firing on all cylinders.
That's
People
it.
really want to talk about Legends.
Well, let's go.
Mervine48 giving us some details. The first X-Men wave that Todd said was the Caliban Bath wave.
Oh yeah. That's the one we have confirmed.
The X-Force wave won't have a BAF, according to John P.
Todd?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't believe
Does that mean that that's going to be the vintage wave?
I don't believe that was ever confirmed by Todd that it was not going to have a bath.
This is John P. John P. Where's your credentials?
Uh-oh.
This is Papa Sergio.
I know it is.
I don't think Todd ever said that.
Dang.
Yeah, I'd imagine the vintage obviously is probably not going to have a bath. No vintage
Yeah.
wave ever had one.
I really hope they put him on those cards, man. Those
Please,
OG
man.
orange cards.
Yes, for the love of God, those Toy Biz looking cards.
Oh yeah.
He did say that. Oh wow. Oh shit.
Dang. Rick.
Gatekeeper gets gatekeep.
I know.
Damn. Have you ever seen a man with a pie in his face?
I know.
Look at me now, mama. Look at me now.
Todd did say it.
I know. Yeah, no bath for export. Interesting stuff. I wonder if that'll up the accessory count in them then.
Let's play.
That would be sick. Or get us a bunch of bigger characters.
Yeah.
Give us a Warpath and a Thunderbird in the same fucking league, please.
Oh, we should also mention they're re-releasing a version. You know, like how they did kind of a best of a few years ago with the Hulkbuster. They're doing another Thanos Bath Wave, which has all movie figures in it, and I think it's an overseas release.
Yeah, I believe somebody said that it was going to be like another China deal where it was just their like European Union as well.
That's what
It's basically a combination of the two Infinity War waves with all the Infinity War movie figures and a version of the Thanos bath. We don't know if it'll be like the 3-pack, like skin tone wise, or if it'll be like the bath.
I just got done watching Infinity War again, actually.
Oh, again? Okay. How many is that now?
It's probably like 5 or 6 at this point. Not
You think it's gonna keep going?
I'll probably keep on watching it. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, one of the greatest and funniest joys of watching Infinity War is watching it with a kid.
Oh shit!
And when the movie's over, they look at you like,
"Oh no,
are they dead?"
That's my whole theater. When I was
another fine.
I'm committed to getting my girlfriend to watch it at some point.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna wear her down one of these days.
Bro, what is up with your lady?
I'm just chipping away at her like waves on a beach. Eventually,
it's true.
This beautiful cliff will become sand.
She's such a nice
Beautiful
person.
beach.
How could she not give it a chance? She's such a nice lady.
Literally anything with like space and lasers, she is out.
They're on Earth sometimes in that movie.
Sometimes that's what I said. Like, even if it's not like like sci-fi, it's like still a good movie. Let's just watch a good movie.
Watch Winter Soldier.
I think. I mean, we did watch Guardians of the Galaxy together, and she's like, kind of familiar with those characters. So I think once I at least get her to the scene with Thor and the Guardians,
that's
I think
the first
that might
space
be
scene.
okay.
I think
that's what I told her. I'm like, it's kind of like Guardians 2.5/3.
If you're listening to this, for the love of God, watch this movie with Fabio.
Yeah, I know you're listening, so please do.
I know you listen to the hottest figure podcast in the entirety of the world.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
Exactly.
He wants to be supportive, right?
Yeah.
You want to support your man?
There's hope, man. I got my wife to watch Jingle All the Way for the first time last Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
And she loved it. It's insane.
Dude,
well, that's the right opinion to have.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time, not just holiday.
We got to the part where they go to the warehouse full of bootleg Santas.
Yeah.
And she was just all like, "Where's this movie going?" And I go, "You will never ever be able to guess where it goes next." It's so great.
Mini-Me and Big Show were both described as fucking Santa Claus, and they were beating up Arnold Schwarzenegger. How can you even how do you let somebody know about that?
Real shit.
Top 10 movie fight scenes of all time. Arnold versus the Santas.
Arnold. No, I've got to get it to Jamie.
Oh my god.
Maybe that movie is why I'm so into collecting.
Probably.
I want the Turbo Man action figure.
It's all about the hype. It's a hype beast movie.
Yeah, it really is.
I want that Red Carnage, aka Booster. I don't want Booster.
Oh man.
All right, I guess that's it for Legends. Since
now
we're talking about Turbo Man.
The natural progression.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, Toy Fair is right around the corner. We're gonna hear a bunch of hopefully good news from all the lines. and we'll see what the fuck happened with with Legends, because they're gonna have their private event. We'll get to confront them in the nicest way, even though I'm talking mad shit right here, right now.
Hey, fellas, I have a quick question for you guys here at Hasbro. Who the hell came up with that terrible wave, and why are they not fired?
Where's the figure tattoo guy? Put him here now.
Right now.
Tell him to get his ass out of Rhode Island. I have a few.
Basically. So yeah, what's next?
Mezco is next on the docket.
Okay.
Ding ding.
You're the only guy I think here with Dark Side in hand. So
well, there's a lot of shit happening with Mezco over this week. Everything, you know how they do, man. They drop everything at once, and if you didn't pay for your shit straight up, if you didn't choose PayPal as your option and just pay that shit off right away, then they hit you in the head crazy all at once, man. I would that's one thing that I recommend, man. When you pre-order Mezcos, pay for that shit. Just pay for that shit right then and there, man. Because they're gonna rape you on the back end. Right around when all your bills is due. They're gonna come in.
Yeah, that's what it always
It is one of your bills, actually.
basically.
So yeah, this past week they started putting out charging soon notices for Popeye in the white sailor uniform.
Oh, God damn, I wish I'd gotten that.
They put out obviously charging soon for Darkseid and started shipping that. And the I forgot to mention that I got this too, the Mezco Dawn of the Dead Zombie 2-pack. I did a review for that, just kind of like real casual, laid back, just kind of showing some swaps and shit that you could do to kind of maybe make some goons or make some defeated enemies or whatever. If you swap off those zombie heads, I didn't anticipate too many people trying to buy that shit really. So, but you can make a goon and a lumberjack in Thames. It's possible.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about, honestly.
No doubt.
Man, those Tims alone, put that on their Mezco Spider-Man. Let's see how that looks.
Word.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not a bad idea.
Well, can you do that for us real quick? Your next main course, maybe?
Crazy. That's not a bad idea.
Real quick.
I'm surprised you didn't think of that first, man.
But you know what's funny is that the boots, the way they're on there, it's not even like two parts. It's one whole part. So there is no hinge at all. And it's like almost impossible to get them shits to stand up properly.
I think that might make it better because it's a ball joint, right? That'll probably make it easier to pop onto that Spider-Man.
Don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I gotta look and see how that works. It's up to the ankle. Both zombies too. The one
I see.
What's the name zombie? The
Flyboy?
Not Flyboy, the other dude. The plaid shirt zombie has the Tims, and Flyboy zombie has like these sort of like moccasin shits, but they're both high above the ankle basically, and it's all one piece with no hinge at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Darkseid. So Darkseid started shipping through Mezco, and their most expensive figure to date, Polystone, light up features. I give them. Somebody asked me earlier what I would give them out of 10. I'd give it a 7. 7 out of 10, I think. It's a beautiful figure. It is gorgeous, but the articulation is ass. There is no articulation, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
I remember when they first said it. As one of the first things I said here on the podcast was, Polystone does not move. It's not supposed to move. It is brittle as shit. Thankfully, this is like a big block of Polystone, but nonetheless, I knew that it was not going to be a particularly posable figure. And I know people are arguing that like it's Darkseid, he doesn't need to move like Spider-Man, and I don't agree.
If at the very least he could sit, that shit would be fire. You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say I could tell from it that it can't sit in a throne. It can at least throw a punch, like which he does do. He does punch Superman, and other Justice League members, obviously. But just little basic things would have been enough. Like I do get it. Like I don't expect him to do a 4-pointed stance on a ledge like Spider-Man or anything like that, or do a flying pose like he's Iron Man. Like I get that. I just sucks that even normal poses can't be achieved.
Yeah, man. Aside from just kind of like stoic sort of vanilla shit, that's it's weird because the pelvic area and legs and shit, there is like, it seems like you should be able to like really get him crouching low and what have you, but then he doesn't really have a good bend at the knees or the elbows and shit. So it's like, but it's going to photograph really nicely. It's going to photograph really nicely, but you are definitely not going to get him doing much of anything to Superman aside from choking him or putting his foot on his back or something like that. Like you would be hard pressed to get him in any type of punching pose. It's just
Can you get his hands behind his back?
you can
Really?
kind of you can kind of like fudge it, like, you know what I mean, like, because although the bend is not even anywhere near 90 degrees on the elbow, it does swivel, so you can kind of swivel from the elbow and put his hands behind his back and make it look like he's got his hands clasped behind his back, I suppose, but they're really not, and it's not great. Even if they had just put an upper bicep swivel on him, it would be better.
Yeah.
You would think, because his arms are totally exposed, that they could have at the very least have done that. But yeah, man, it's
the only reason I can think of that they wouldn't have is because the arms are made of polystone,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was thinking as well.
yes,
So you can't do a cut joint into the polystone because it's just going to grind on itself. It's not like plastic.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
But then again, this comes
so,
back
yeah.
to why the fuck make it out of polystone in the first place.
Right.
I think you mentioned in your
that.
review, though. I think you mentioned that because of the size of him and the weight, he's able to hold other figures, especially like other Mezco figures, pretty well.
Yeah.
Which that kind of was like, okay, that makes sense why it would be a heavy figure then.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, it's still going to be one of those things that'll probably still end up skyrocketing on the secondary market. Like, I feel like a lot of people are going to get him in hand and then just be like, I didn't sign up for this shit. I didn't really have the 180 to begin with, so let me get my 180 back plus a little something. I think that's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people selling off this shit, but when it's all said and done, it's probably going to be one of those ones that still go for mad bread on the secondary.
Oh yeah, dude. Now 180 is probably the cheapest you'll ever get it.
Yeah, maybe. I've heard varying things. I've heard that they made a bunch of these, so people are thinking it's going to end up showing up on Amazon, and you might get lucky and get it less than the suggested retail price or whatever. But
hopefully it's another Hulk situation where he's already down to like 90.
I wouldn't have bought this for 180 at all. I didn't buy it for 180, by the way, just so you know what I'm saying. But
we were also worried about your financial situation.
No doubt. But I would not have spent $180 on this, for one, because it was a gamble, and two, it's a DC figure. Marvel's my shit. So, but for the price that I got it for, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I feel fine. But I wouldn't recommend, unless you are a diehard DC fan, diehard Mezco fan, that you spend $180.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're a diehard DC fan, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. But it's just, if you were expecting something that's even moderately articulated, this might not be it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you want articulation, I think the way to go might be to wait for the Storm Collectibles one, which is huge.
And you know what? I think I do want to get the Storm Collectibles one too. I think that'll be my first entry into Storm Collectibles, is some of those the DC figures or whatever. Being as though I don't have any DC UC figures anymore, or really just I feel like I need to get my shit together on that front. But when I was taking pictures of this guy earlier today, I kept wanting like minions for him to like fill up the space of my picture and shit like that. Like, like shit like that's going to make him be more valuable and more sought after, though. If they put out other dudes, like what's one of the dudes that hangs around him all the time with the pink hoodie dress?
His name is Desaad.
All right. So if they put out any of his little guys, or any of the what's the goblin demon thing's name?
Parademons?
Yeah, or parademons or some shit like that, then it is what it is. And one thing that I really didn't like was that he didn't at least come with a fucking pointing finger. Come on now.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense. You know damn well that he's gonna be pointing at shit, you know?
But what about like another hand that has the whatever that glove is called? It's not an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, I was thinking about that shit too. That was I didn't get to mention that in the review. I thought about that after everything was said and done because I thought about the Collect and Connect figure, the DC UC figure, and I'm like, I wonder why they didn't include that at the very least. That could have been.
It's not as if this is
Jack Kirby Dark Side. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's not like this is a modern dark side, and you're like, well, he never used it in modern books because it's definitely not the modern look.
Yeah.
So I saw some people commenting on my video too. One person in particular said that they think that it's a pretty good bet that Mezco will do a PX with this guy and do something different or whatever. I don't know, man. At that price tag, I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know how much. If that was what a regular one costs, how much is a PX going to cost?
Right. What extra shit would there be? I guess more hands.
Who's gonna pay for a recolor? You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially at like $2
Yeah.
for the PX.
Maybe they'll do it without the skirt and just have him with the wrestler shorts on and shit.
Maybe.
Shit, if they did that, it might actually. Well, they're not going to change the mold though, so that ain't going to matter. I was about to say maybe you'll get more articulation. But you know, like I said, man, I'm happy to have him. I want to take a bunch of pictures and shit. I still got him set up on the table, and I got Superman out, and I want to do some variant shots of some of the shit that I did earlier and whatever. And the light up feature is really cool, but it's expensive, bro. It's very expensive for something that's not really moving around too much. But yeah, what else from Mezco's do right now?
Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff coming in. So I know Tack Batman's hitting now from Justice League.
That looks like a real nice figure.
Yeah, man. I think they really improved on an already great figure with the BVS one. Looks real sharp. Iron Man, of course, people have had for a while. Some people were asking about the King Kong. It's not technically a 112 figure, but I've heard that King Kong is fantastic.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of good pictures with that guy too. And real quick, you touched on Iron Man. Don't forget that the blue stealth version is supposed to be dropping soon too.
That's right. People are starting to get in hand the homemade suit from Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh yes, I got that last week. Well, it wasn't for me. It was it's Danny's, but he had it delivered to my job. So yeah, it's in my office right now actually.
You got to get that review out, man. I want to see it.
I don't care about that fucking figure.
It looks pretty good from what I've seen.
Yeah,
send it over here and I'll.
Yeah,
I was talking to Elvis the other day about it. He said it was pretty good. He was trying to convince me that it was pretty good. I'm like, man, fuck that shit.
Pretty happy with the SHF one, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with the SHF one. I just I don't want no big ass fucking kid Spider-Man. He's supposed to be a fucking kid.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that's holding me off on that one. This is
scale. He's a little tall, but he's still technically shorter than all the other 112s.
Okay, all right.
Is he on like just the regular Spider-Man buck?
No, he's on a new buck.
Oh,
the
for
same
real?
one that the tech suit's going to be on.
Shit. Okay, well.
Which hopefully they'll reuse for another Miles.
Oh yeah, that'd be the move. I'm literally messing with that with the old Miles right now. And
I'd like to really see them go really small and do something totally new and outside of the box for them. And if they were to do Miles from Into the Spider-Verse, but I can only hope.
If anybody could just basically shit on the game with the Spider-Verse Miles, it'd be Mezco. They just put the same team that they put on that deluxe Joker on that Miles, it'd be over.
You know what? Again, Toy Fair's around the corner. I think we're going to see a couple Miles.
So, fingers crossed.
Next month, we'll see who'll jump out the gate.
The hype is there, but with Mezco, by the time the figure actually comes out, it's like Spider-Man. The Spider-Verse.
I can see like obscure like companies like 3A and shit doing a version. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, 3A doing a Miles, that'd be wild.
Oh yeah. Doing any of the characters, really.
Yeah.
Yo, if they did a Prowler, that'd be crazy.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Noir, imagine that.
Oh yeah, Noir from 3A.
I'm not saying it has to be like Ashley Wood style, but you know, in sort of that fashion.
It would look just like, so I got the art book for Into the Spider-Verse, and a lot of their preliminary art looks like heavy Ashley Wood vibes. It's crazy.
Okay. Well, there you go. 3A, get on it.
Ashley Wood, I know you're listening.
Ashley.
Ashley, we know you have your ear to this podcast. A second Ashley. Two Ashleys in one podcast are listening.
Basically.
That's right. Let's not get it twisted.
But yeah, I don't know what I don't know. I feel like Mezco's so like stocked up in pre-orders and shit that's supposed to be coming out that it's not even fair for them to show any new shit now.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm sure they still will. I'm sure there'll be some type of surprise. They actually, I forgot. They actually sent out their press invites this past week too. So if you were on their press list or have any type of media correspondence with them, they hit you up and said you needed to RSVP like immediately, like on some like time sensitive shit if you wanted to attend their press event. So I don't know that it's going to be anything different than it was last year as far as just allowing the press people to be the first people to come and view their booth and then you getting a little swag bag. I don't know that there's going to be any like opportunity to interview or talk with them or anything like that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Good stuff. That's Mezco, I think.
Yeah, the last thing we'll mention about Mezco is that photography contest they're having as well.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Wasn't that just only yesterday?
I think it was.
Oh, then never mind.
I posted my one on Instagram, and then I reposted it today on Twitter, and a few people were saying that it was only going on yesterday. But basically, it was 1/12 day, January 12th, and Mezco is having a photo contest. You use the hashtag 1/12 day. They'll pick a selection of random winners, apparently, and at least I think one of them will get 13 1/12 figure or 12 1/12 figures.
Mm-hmm. There's some runners up apparently too.
Yeah, there's runners up that are each going to get like one of those 12 individually. So there's 13 winners. One of them gets 12. The other 12 get one of those 12.
Oh shit.
Weird stuff, but Mezco apparently wants to do random winners, so you could post some random shit, use the hashtag, and apparently you're in the running.
And you can enter as many times as you want. So if you just went nuts and started tagging every fucking thing, then I guess your odds of getting picked.
I only did like one, I think.
I think I did one too.
So we'll see. Maybe they'll only pick. You can pick as many pictures as you want, but they'll only pick one of yours or something. Who knows?
Yeah. How much I wonder how much the hashtag count ended up being. Like you could click on a hashtag and
check
how many posts. I wonder.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I guess it depends on where you are.
3,232 posts.
Where's that? Instagram?
On Instagram.
That's actually
Probably more everywhere else. I mean, they were literally just like opening up the floodgates. Like every social media platform, just use the hashtag. How they're gonna have people sorting through that, I have no idea. It is.
I heard that on Facebook you had to have it like publicly on your page or some shit like that because if it was in a group, like some private group or closed group or whatever, there's no way they could
Yeah. Check it out.
I just used Instagram to get my entry in, but I only did the one. Or I guess I did two pictures because I had some other one on ice.
There you go.
Yeah, I saw your Wolverine pick. That was nice.
Oh yeah, thanks. Derek Barecki actually helped me with that one because I didn't have the resources to print out a real Stan Lee photo, so I just did the blank like format basically, and just figure some people are gonna Photoshop whatever on top of it anyway.
Mm.
Eric Barecki did a real funny one where he put a picture of Rogue lying down with her ass to the camera.
Yeah, it's funny. I used a bunch of his memes and shit that he's made over like months to a year now in a few videos over the past couple of weeks actually. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of A.C.B.A. centric memes and shit, so I just keep throwing them in the videos here and there.
That's why I knew I had to get him in on this one because he is the meme lord. He could help me put out this rather well thought out shit post.
That's it. It's all about shit posting, honestly.
I know, right? That's how I thought myself.
But yeah, I guess we off Mezco until next time. What we got?
Next up is Storm Collectibles,
All right.
Nice.
and then what was going on in Storm Collectibles? There was
That one-
Baraka.
That one is
Baraka.
very fast. Yeah, they just put a Baraka. Basically, it was it.
Man, pull up some pictures because the effects on that are crazy.
You know what? When I saw the Baraka pictures, the first thing I thought is like, what happened? The pictures look kind of dark to me. Was it just me, or was it just where I was viewing it, or what?
We'll see in just a moment.
You be the judge a second time.
Yeah, basically. Let's see.
Baraka.
Oh shit, these are a little dark.
Baraka.
Before we completely move on from Mezco, Brian Carter asked if we think Mezco think that they're untouchable.
Mm,
Does Mezco think that they are in fact untouchable? I don't think so.
I don't
No.
know. I don't know if I go that far.
I think that'd
But
be
they're definitely not
that's,
listening to the fans, or at least
I think
interacting in person.
I think they think they're in a comfortable spot, no question. But I don't know if they. I don't think that they could be that stupid. It's not like they're a new company.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think Mezco and I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't believe Mezco considers themselves on the same levels of anybody else.
yeah, for sure.
I think they put themselves on another category when they
Mhm.
think about toys.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
don't
don't
really
I don't
consider
think they
anyone.
compare themselves to anyone.
Yeah, I think they think of themselves as the Nintendo of the figure world. They're just operating in their own space, not necessarily going toe to toe with Hot Toys with soft goods or anybody else with articulation and stuff. They're just operating in their own space and just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. So I don't think that they're like being pompous about stuff. Honestly, I mean, even when we spoke when we spoke to them at Toy Fair, like they're all like super. Pierre especially crazy down to earth, great guy. I don't think Pierre sits at his house thinking like, man, I'm like the greatest there is. Honestly,
No,
he's
I don't
a
think
great
that either.
dude.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Kingpin
think
maybe, I don't know, but Pierre for sure.
I don't think they check for other companies, and I don't think that they're what people would imagine from most other companies. Like a lot of these companies love to compare themselves when they hold similar licenses, but I honestly believe that they know that what they do is so hyper specific and so niche that they in their minds I don't believe that they compare themselves to anyone else.
Yeah, I would say that. I would agree.
Yeah, good question.
Well put, Rick.
Yeah, good question, good answer. All right, so here's Storm Collectibles. Here's Baraka right here.
Barack Obama.
These are pretty dark. Yeah, vote 4 more years, please.
We the people.
Yeah, these are dark ass photos.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I didn't notice that. You're
Damn.
right.
Wow, they are really dark.
I don't know what happened there.
One of their lights went out mid shoot.
Yeah, one of the light bulbs was out, and they were like, "Man, fuck this! The day's over. Take the picture. Let's go home."
It's a Friday.
The funny thing is, though, like, even after it was all said and done, they could have just brightened the shit up. What the fuck?
Yeah, right. Seriously.
It's all about the theme of Mortal Kombat. It's the allegory to the bleak world that they live in.
But yeah, I thought that was weird because it's like, yo, you want to, no pun intended, show the figure in its best light and shit, like, So I don't know, but yeah, it looks good.
He does look good. This is the Mortal Kombat just 2 look, right? Or this Mortal Kombat. What is this?
I'm not sure.
Bobby, you need to know?
I believe this is the look from Mortal Kombat 9.
9. Okay,
which
that
was
makes
just called
sense.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's why we have all the classic looks for the ninjas and the
Yeah,
the
there
cyber
we go.
ninjas, is because those were alternate costumes for like the regular costumes in that game.
People are saying MK3. I don't think Baraka changes a lot between Mortal Kombat's 2. To be fair, he's one of the guys that basically just sticks to his guns.
That's the straight up
Basically.
MK9 logo, though.
Yeah, this is the MK9 logo for sure.
Yeah, and they've already teased that they're doing an MK9 Scorpion.
Yeah, every time I fucking see Baraka, I think of that fucking Dashi X Presents or that dude that does that voice of him. He's forever the voice of Baraka. I don't know. It's on YouTube. I know you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Dash
yeah.
XP. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking hilarious shit, even to this day. Those videos are old as fuck.
Bring up Chocolate Rain to anybody that's under the age of 20.
Jeez.
Hang on. I'm getting corrected. People are saying that Baraka wasn't in 9. No, I'm sorry. They're saying Baraka wasn't in 3. It is 9. No, you
Yeah,
guys are
because at the
trying-
bottom it says
Stop it.
it
It's
says
MK9.
yeah, it says copyright Mortal Kombat 9 at the bottom.
There we go.
Damn.
Boom.
Which again was just called Mortal Kombat. That game was sick though. I think they had who did they have as DLC? I think Freddy Krueger maybe. Maybe that was X.
That's X. They had all the horror, the 80s horror icons.
Those effects look really cool.
Yeah, they really
Yeah,
do.
right. Really rewards people for getting the Scorpion like bloody version or any of the bloody versions.
Right. It looks like it's just one piece that you just kind of fit around his torso and shit.
Yeah, it looks good. The torso is really seamless. The arms probably could use some work.
Right.
But,
Yeah, no, MK9 did have Freddy Krueger.
Oh, was it 9?
Yeah,
There was one where it was just all the horror icons. I think
it
that
was
X.
Leatherface and Jason and MKX.
Okay, then Predator was in it too.
Yeah, Predator, the Ninja Turtles, like everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
What?
Yeah, I'm literally waiting for NetherRealms to just put out like a horror icon fighting game. I think that's why they're collecting all these licenses.
That's right. Can you imagine? I mean, they're literally allowing us to create like select a character roster on our shelves.
Yeah, basically.
The ultimate like violent '90s fighting game, Smash Brothers.
That's like half the reason that I pick up like these NECA horror icons is because like if I ever want, if like I have the extra option to like have them square up against like Storm Mortal Kombat characters, like that's why I'm getting the Michael Myers. That's why I got, you know, just any of those dudes, Freddy Krueger, like because they'll just do it with with these Mortal Kombat characters, pretty tight. But yeah, I guess that's really it for Storm Collectibles, huh?
Anybody have any other things from Storm? Did they tease anything else?
I guess we'll find out. I didn't realize I wasn't even muted either. But I guess we'll find out more shit next month.
That's it.
I know a lot of this is just preliminary images. We're not going to really know details until February.
Oh, okay. I see. They do have the effects like that. All right. Yeah, I might have to buy
pretty tight.
Baraka for those fucking effects. They've been doing that thing with all of the effects that they put out though.
Yeah, they really do.
Asking is coming. They've already shown the prototypes. Again, February. We'll see it.
That's it. Boom. Okay, next up is Black Series re-releases. What's the move on this, Rick? You brought it up, isn't it?
They have the retro lines. They're actually showing up at your store that you own and are the CEO.
Wait, the retros or the archive?
The archive. Yeah, I just put retro because I didn't remember the damn name.
Okay, yeah. The archive.
Yeah, the archive wave. Yeah, those are hitting. John Paul Martinez already has them, so they're out there, and I think he found them at GameStop. So, CEO, you're lacking on this one, CEO.
Well, just be sure to go to your local GameStop, talk to a game advisor, just let them know what your situation is with your power-up card. Maybe consider re-upping, and then get those figures. Basically, so,
Power card is almost up.
yeah, that's it. What was it called? Black Series what?
Archive.
Archive. I'm just gonna grab some pictures real quick. Who's in this line? Who's in the archives? Basically, just tell me.
It's all re-releases, isn't it? Yeah, it's their version of Vintage Wave, right?
The Bounty Hunters.
Uh-oh.
Oops, sorry. I think I muted Rick by accident.
You sure did. Hold on.
Fuck did I do that?
I don't know. Maybe Rick muted himself. Oh, there it goes. No.
No, it was off for a second. The fuck did I do that?
Well, I got it up right here. So am I still screen sharing? Yeah.
He's probably still talking and shit.
Yeah.
Me?
So we got Yoda, Rick. Yeah.
Oh no, Rick must have muted himself because I can't do anything.
Got Yoda. We got.
Oh, they revealed the next ones too. Okay.
Did they?
I guess the Anakin and because I've only seen the bounty hunters. The
Oh,
the new
okay.
Boba and Bosk and whatever else. I think IG-88's getting re-released too.
Oh, nice. So it's
Yeah,
all the
there's
bounty
Bosk.
hunters getting re-released.
Yeah.
That's
Now
cool.
that especially now with Dengar, this one is great because the Luke was part of the first wave of Black
Yeah.
Series, and he's terrible, but still goes for a lot of money.
I remember I got lucky and
Garbage.
I found this at a Barnes and Noble, I think, and I sold them for mad money because I had no attachment to basically.
The even more stupid version is the Star Wars Celebration exclusive vintage one.
You know, it's funny. This is one of the ones that I held on to from Black Series because I've always been under the impression that they're going to put out a TIE fighter at some point. So
Oh,
I've
that'd be
always,
awesome. Not a TIE
I always
fighter.
just X-wing. I'm sorry, yeah.
That'd be awesome, dude, for sure.
So yeah, I've always held on to this guy. It was actually a good early figure from the series, man.
Yeah, it's just back then the faces were really bad.
Yeah, true. But put the
Now
helmet
with
on.
face printing, it's gonna look great.
Put the helmet on that motherfucker. It's all good.
That's right.
Yeah,
Now,
I wonder how they never-
he can just be another rebel pilot.
I
True.
wonder how they never ended up doing the X-wing. I mean, it just seemed like a very logical thing.
Yeah. I mean, they
But
did a
honestly, the
fucking
TIE
TIE.
fighter
They
didn't
did
sell
a
well.
TIE fighter. So
They did 2 TIE fighters, I
They
think, right?
sure did.
They did two.
Yeah,
No, they only did the one.
really? I don't know. I thought
They did the one, and it didn't sell well at all. I saw
Oh.
that piling up when my Toys R Us was closing.
well, yeah, that shit did get clearance out like a motherfucker.
Mine were at Ross, and they were still too expensive, and I never bought them.
Oh, I
I
got
thought people
one.
get them as low as like $20, even. I don't know.
I got it. I think I got mine for $49.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people were up on it here. Like when they went on clearance, they were gone that very same day.
Yeah, I got mine for like 60.
I saw one recently though that was even lower than what I got it for, and it might have been like $20, like you said, Fabio.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's big as fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy big.
Yeah, like not only is this shit gonna cost you like $60 if you got it for the low, but you're gonna have to find somewhere to put that shit.
No doubt.
Like, it still costs a lot in real estate.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I just be mapping shit out for like the final like destination of like my collection when I get a room and start setting all my shit up and whatever. Like I got the TIE fighter because I knew that at some point SHF was going to put out Finn and the and maybe a Poe, and I wanted to put them in the Star Wars Black Series version because I always say that the figures fit really well with the Black Series vehicles and shit. So yeah, man, I've still got to go and get the Dewback. I need one of those. They've been they were expensive at first, so I wasn't trying to spend that bread for that. But I'd like to see how the Star Wars Black Series Dewback looks with an SHF Sand Trooper on there. But yeah, Rick, you guys needed a charge on this, but you I don't know what happened to you.
Oh, I got a call that I had to, a very time sensitive call that I had to answer.
Got you. So,
and I didn't think anybody wanted to be like, "Hey, mom, yeah, this is what I'm gonna get from the restaurant."
No doubt.
Like, hold on a minute, my mom wants to know if I want chicken fajitas or if I want.
Very important call.
Very important call.
So are all these repaints?
Yeah, just reissues.
Some of them might not even have any difference in paint. I think they're just basically just re-releases.
Anything that does have a difference would be, the faces on anything that's being re-released.
And it would be something that like diehard fans would really notice. Like I don't think any of us could look at it like, aha, this Yoda's a shade different.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny because that Yoda does look a shade different. It could just be the. This is actually one of the ones that I held on to as well. So yeah, I still have him, but he was. He seemed like he was a little. The original one seemed like it needed some shading, and this looks like it has some shading. But
people
again,
are saying
who knows?
there are some touching up for the paint.
Okay.
John P just said that IG88 has highlights this time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so there are some differences. Like I said, I would not be able to tell because I'm not like a super Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars, but I don't notice those kind of things. Like as far as I go is noticing the difference in Vader suits.
Yeah,
I don't get much deeper than that.
Well, I see they putting out that Anakin again, which was like super duper limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, that thing I never found it.
With a really plasticky face.
You know what? Sometime maybe I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago or some shit like that. A bunch of these were showing up at like discount
Yeah,
stores.
that Anakin was at Ross, and I never got to find it. But a lot
Yeah,
of
I never found it either.
John P says that head sculpt on Luke is different. It's a photo scan.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I would buy that figure again. Like I said, just keep one on ice just in case they do an X-wing.
You know what, John? I don't know if that's a new head sculpt. I don't know if you remember, but when that wave first came out, there was guys like Old Boy and a few other customizers that took those head sculpts and painted them really well, and they looked like photo scans. I think that's the problem with a lot of these Star Wars figures, that they are photo scan technology head sculpts, but they just paint them like absolute shit.
In your paints.
In your paints, man. I mean, maybe it is a new head sculpt. You know, the fuck if I know. Like I said, I'm not some Star Wars expert, but I remember very well that people, even now, just recently, that Lando head sculpt was painted to look identical to him, and it's because the sculpt is there, but the paint just is not matching with it. Okay, he said that they actually announced that they were all new head sculpts. Oh, that's really sick. It's sick.
All right, that's what's up then.
Shout out to the chat, doing its thing.
No doubt, no doubt.
The chat, yeah, please save us any time that we're wrong.
Yeah, please.
Please. We don't want to be spitting this like wrong information out to people. Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be readily available. It's an exclusive. No.
Pretty much. All right. I guess that's it, huh? For SHF or for Black Series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, there was somebody in the Black Series team kind of hinted that we were gonna get a Zeb. He kind of like alluded to like, you're finally gonna finish a team, and he's like the only member left that we need to finish. So.
Well, I think that was a Rebels team though, wasn't it?
What happened?
I thought that I saw somewhere that it was like Rebels, like the cartoon shit.
Yeah, Zeb from Rebels.
Oh, that's what you said, Zeb. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see everybody else. We don't have him yet, but Chopper and Ezra are a 2-pack that are coming hopefully at some point early in 2019. So Zeb was really all we had left, and I was just super worried that they were going to be like, well, fuck it. He's big. He's a big size figure. We don't want to make this. But thankfully, it seems like it's coming. So let's hope.
Oh, Roger then. All right, what's next?
Next is SH Figure Arts.
Hey.
There's a couple of things happening in the SH Figure Arts space. We'll chop it up. Let's see. So first up, let's get some quickies out of the way real quick. They announced, this isn't on the docket, I just threw it on there. They announced this Detective Conan figure. Looks pretty sick. Anybody in here fucking with Detective Conan? Rick, I know you did.
Dude, fuck yeah. This is a legendary shonen series. Detective Conan is the shit, and people are gonna head swap the fuck out of this body mold.
Yeah, for sure.
This is gonna be I see you also get bitches like picture immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is gonna be a Gohan is going to school.
Yeah.
Like head sculpt right here. Like this is dope.
I didn't even think about that. All right.
Oh man, he's gonna have to reconsider a little pre-order.
That's it.
Yeah, this is dope. This is a legacy Shonen Jump character, so this is fucking sick. Figma did an absolute disservice to this character by giving us some statue in one scale, and then making a posable like weird he has like these guys that have like no faces. They're basically like black shadows with just like a face. And like, yeah, those are cool, but why would we want those articulated and not Conan?
Yeah, that was a real disservice. And then it's so smart with SH Figure Arts because you can just use black body coons. And if they pack this guy with just a head sculpt of the shadow people with like the faces on them, and you can just pop them on the body coons, that immediate money. That'd be such a smart move.
That would really put this over, to be perfectly honest.
100%.
Yeah,
for sure.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so that dropped. Next up, this SH Figure Arts Arena dropped. I know, Rick, did you watch Game Center CX or no?
No, but no. I'd always planned. I'd always like see clips of it. I don't know. It's like, when it comes to Japanese shows, it's really hard to find like full episodes of shit.
Yeah.
I know that this guy's thing, because anybody that like follows gaming and stuff like that, especially like Japanese gaming industry and like companies, you've heard of this guy before. He's like the king of playing hard ass games.
For sure, this guy's the man.
Yeah, he's a fucking man. I always see clips and stuff like that. Like, it's always fun. Like, even when I've already seen the clip before, like when it pops up on Facebook, like I always make sure to watch it because it's just such a fucking pain in the ass to find clips. I don't download anything because I have an Apple laptop, and downloading things is murder. So all I have basically are these clips that people upload. I've never like seen a full episode. No.
This is so good. Like, so Game Center CX actually had a pretty good run in United States because I used to play it on, I think, G4, maybe a very long time ago. But there's like American release DVDs of it. So I mean, they're always sold at cons and stuff. So it's not as hard to find like the full series and stuff. But I know I've been talking about this figure like from the jump. As soon as it was announced, like I'm super stoked for it. I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
I'm pretty excited. All the accessories, he comes with like some energy drinks and like a little clock. It's pretty tight, and all his facial expressions are really cool too. He scales really well. For people always looking for like to swap Bug, I know you could probably swap him to be like just like any civilian, basically, just a basic casual, just worker class civilian. It's basically his his wardrobe, so it's pretty sick. Super stoked about it, Like I'm sad that he's like a bill after you import him and stuff like that. It really sucks, but just I mean for these crazy obscure Japanese characters, like that's just unfortunately the climate we're in right now, where they're like $100. It sucks. But I'm stoked for him. I can't wait for mine to come in. 100%. Next up, do you remember what else? Oh, the whole reason we were talking about this is they teased they're about to start fucking with seamless bodies as well. Yeah, I don't know. It's not weird. It's questionable at best. Obviously with seamless bodies, like there's always a question of the rubber like tearing, and you don't get that wide of a range of articulation and stuff like that. So I mean, if it makes sense anywhere, it's Saint Seiya right here. I mean, obviously, and like they're doing like body soft goods right here too, and these soft goods look pretty good. Like it looks like there's some give right here in like the back of the knee and stuff. So I know when it comes to like tight soft goods, like you're always worrying about like it limiting the range of movement, but it looks like there's some definite room right here. You can see like a cut right here at the armpit and stuff, which gives you a much wider range of movement. But yeah, as far as I know, this is just like a test, like a prototype they're going to be doing. Nobody really knows if this is like the way that the line is continuing, if it's going to be its own line or whatever. It's just very up in the air right now. But I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts? What do you think these look like?
I think that fabric looks incredible. And for them to do so well on their first try is impressive. I mean, obviously, the first thing everybody thinks when they see something like this is DBZ gi in fabric, and obviously, I can't lie and say that I don't think the same thing. But who knows where this is going? Who knows what the price is going to be? Yeah. Who knows if like Pancho said that the rubber is just not that great, or even if it is, what if it's not great in the long run?
Yeah, rubber it will always deteriorate no matter what.
Yeah, at some point it's gonna go. So I don't know. Hopefully, it's at least good for like 5-6 years. That would be cool. I don't know. Unless they do DBZ, I don't think I'm gonna partake. Or if they do some Kamen Riders that I like, I don't really do Kamen Rider like that. I only like 2 or 3 series. So I don't know. This would probably work really well with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah, that would be
that
the
would,
move right
that
there.
would be that would be incredible if they went that route. Um, I don't know. Besides DBZ, like 2 or 3 Common Riders and uh, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I don't think that I would buy this line, especially because I don't do Saint Seiya as much as South American countries, one of which including Mexico is like super obsessed with fucking Saint Seiya. Like I they're obsessed with Saint Seiya. They call them like Knights of the Zodiac down there or something like that. And I know that they love them almost as much as they love Dragon Ball Z down in South America and in Mexico. So
Arguably more.
yeah, arguably more. Yeah. So this is totally has a place. Like Poncho said, this is the license you want to start with if you're going to do something like that,
For sure.
because it's gonna hit everywhere. I mean, it's not gonna hit here in the U.S. Obviously, like it's not gonna catch Saint Seiya.
Yeah, no.
That time has came and gone. But as far as like international, everywhere but us pretty much is gonna love this. So
Yeah, it's interesting because so you brought up like Dragon Ball Geese. I think the way Akira Toriyama draws Geese, like they're so baggy and like they're so angular, like especially like the pants and stuff. When you try and do soft goods on it, it never really works that well. Like I started fucking with those real action hero figures, is the like the 1/6 scale ones.
yeah, the
I've had
Metacom ones.
Yeah, I've had the Goku for years, and I just recently got the Piccolo, and it looks so good because it's purposefully stitched at like an angle. It's like folded into itself and then stitched into itself to create folds, and that's why it looks so good. But I think at 1/12 scale, like if you're just gonna have just fabric, just free flowing fabric for, I think for traditional like Turtle Hermit Geese, it's not gonna look 100%. Now, if you did like a Vegeta bodysuit with that technique, it would look really good. Maybe like,
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
it's like with that's one of the biggest problems. Like I in theory, I really like that DoD line, the Dragon Ball Z one,
Yeah,
but in execution, it's done wrong.
it's
It's like
awful.
when you leave the folds to be natural, it doesn't look good. You have to stitch those folds.
Yeah, that DoD line is absolute hot trash.
Yeah,
I hate those figures.
when I first seen samples, they looked baggy because they fucking are, and I thought to myself, oh, when they release, they're not going to be baggy. They're going to be fixed and they're going to look good. This makes sense. You know, people love statues. Put some fabric on it, cool.
Yeah.
And when they came out, they were literally exactly the fucking same, if not worse.
Yeah, I remember I when I had those, I would display them and I would like pull all the clothes back and I would use like like an office clip to clip all the extra fabric like behind their back and like behind their legs and stuff because it's the only way you could get it to look good. But this right here looks good. And I think it I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure this is 1/12 scale right here. That's what I think. That's what this whole article says, is that it's 1/12 scale. This is just like a picture of the article, but yeah, this seamless body. It's interesting. Like a lot of people are divided because like a lot of people, especially in the 1/6 scale community, have dealt with seamless bodies for a very long time, and they you know they know more than anybody that they don't have a very long shelf life. Especially considering what material they used. So, I mean, you have two options. Like, you can get, like, really nice, soft, seamless bodies, and they look good and they articulate well, too, but their shelf life is really low. But then your other option is, like, a more harder and coarser plastic. That Metacom Piccolo I have uses, like, a coarser and harder plastic. But when you bend his arm, like, you can really tell that it's made out of rubber. And it just looks bad when you try and bend the arm.
Yeah, it just it's not going to hold up, even if it's great in the beginning. You know, it's at best you got 10 years at best.
Yeah, I think the best case scenario for this is if they experiment with seamless bodies and soft goods at the same time, they learn what they need to learn with soft goods, and then just go with that, basically.
Yeah, this rubber body stuff, and especially like I'm sure because you've had them before, Poncho, especially at that scale. I just think that the shelf life is even less.
It's rough. It's rough, bud. But yeah, the dream is definitely Sentai Ranger Sentai with this. Basically, that's the dream. Honestly,
Yeah.
let's do it.
And it sucks because if they're gonna do Sentai, all we get is MMPR. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Sentai SHF don't sell.
Yeah,
They
that
don't
sure is
sell even a little bit. The only people that ever sold was MMPR, and nothing else even came halfway to the numbers that they did.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But I think that's really it for SH Figure Arts, isn't it?
Um, other than the KO stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what we were going to bring up, the KO stuff. That's kind of related to SHF.
I have the KO stuff in its own thing.
Boom. Yeah,
Just 'cause
that's
it's all
it for
KO.
SHF.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's it for SH Figure Arts. Next we'll talk about KO Dragon Ball. Like a couple of things have been coming out for knockoff Dragon Ball. I said earlier in the podcast that I got the Cybermen, the Vegetable Men, in from I ordered them on AmiAmi. I think I ordered them in a in like a sleep like drunken state almost. And I was like, do I really want to spend this much money on it? And I just kept on like nodding in and out of sleep, and I was like, well, I might as well just order it now and just forget about it instead of just like debating with myself basically. And I got them, and they're crazy, man. They're really good. Like I said earlier, the articulation on them is like on point. Like I think they come out to being like less than 20 each, like $16 each or something like that when you really do the math. And $16 a pop for a like pretty articulated Cyberman with like a unique face and in some cases a unique accessory and stuff like that. It really works out. It's really nice. I know a bill is really steep for these, but if you're even remotely on the fence about getting them, I say just go ahead and pull the trigger and get it for sure, because these are incredible. They're so good. And then next up is the what do you call it? The KO Goku that's shipping as well. I'm trying to pull up a photo right now. But those are shipping right now, and this one looks really good. I know Rick, you're pretty excited about it as well. Just let me pull up a photo real quick.
Yeah, I know we had a really heated debate about Goku in the community where was it yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
People asking what the point of it was and whatnot, and I understand people being annoyed when it comes to Bandai, but these other companies, like, they don't really have any rules to follow. Like, there's no reason to really give a company like this any sort of hard time, in my opinion, at least. They don't actually hold this license. They don't owe us a lot that Bandai does, in my opinion.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from for sure. Like, I know the biggest argument to this, literally all over the internet, is like the official Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku is $35, and this one is $45, $40 to $55. And like, I know Rick and I are on the same page about it. Like, it's very similar to the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Arguably, it's just like it's a KO of the of that mold, but like it's the paint job is from an event exclusive Kaioken Goku, and that one costs upwards to like $150 and it's their in-house mold. This is Demonical Fit's like hero mold for anybody in a Turtle Hermit gi. And like we were saying earlier with other figure lines, like Fabio was saying, like NECA is putting out that Kenner line to fund to fund that John Connor figure, to get more shit on that John Connor figure. It's the same situation here.
No doubt.
Like Demonical Fit is putting out this Goku. They put out all those head sculpts and those hair sculpts and stuff like that. Basically to fund the Ginyu Force, because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, like when you really think about it, what's gonna sell more? Like you put out a Goku and then you put out a Guldo, for example. Like at the end of the day, your Goku is gonna sell more, obviously, and you might as well just release your Goku mad early on, so you can like subsidize the amount of money you will inevitably lose when you make a niche character like Guldo or Jay or like Birder. Like I think when people think of the Ginyu Force, the main members they think about are Ginyu, Raccoon, and Jace. And like then it's Birder, and then at the very least it's Guldo. And
Yeah, I think another thing people don't realize is that companies like Bandai, they are willing to take a loss and price something down just because they know it's going to sell well.
Exactly,
and that's definitely what they're doing with Goku.
yeah, a lot of people talk about Goku being $35, and how it's such a good deal. It's because it is a good deal. Every other SH figure art that's going to come out from now until the end of time, unless it's a similar situation, then Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, it's going to be like $50 or $60. They take a huge loss on Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku just to suck people into the line, because they know if you get a Goku, then you're gonna at the very least want a Vegeta, and their Vegeta is full price.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Kid Goku. He's half the size. He comes with just a few accessories, nothing crazy, and he's double the price.
Yeah,
and it's hard to grasp at times. But these companies, they're always willing to take a loss. Like when it comes to bringing you in and introducing you and hoping that you invest more, they're always willing to take a loss like that. You're not going to see another SHF DBZ figure for $35 unless it's a Staction figure.
Action, what a term.
Yeah, I just used that term the other day too. Yesterday in the Dark Side review. I'm pretty sure that Sentry actually coined that term.
Yeah, I believe he did. I was going to say it was somebody from the old YouTube days that created that word.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were referring to like McFarlane figures or something along those lines.
just any statuesque figure, any figure that could barely move and shit. But yeah, man, I'd buy one of these.
Same, yeah. Like I'd buy it for sure. Like I obviously I do wish that they would like just turn it up to 11 with a Kaioken release, and just have him just like a really deep crimson red. Like something like comically red, basically. Even the official release is redder than this, honestly, because I'm looking at my official release right now.
With really, really red.
Yeah, and then obviously with a Kaioken figure, I'd like a hair sculpt to match the Kaioken form, with his hair like flowing up, like, and don't cop out with something like a Super Saiyan hair sculpt just painted black. Like it's got to be different. Like his hair is like flowing like upwards versus just being statically held upwards like he is in Super Saiyan. But I mean, at the end of the day, like this third party Goku, it's on the market to fund their passion projects, and like it's very clear and very abundant that Demonical Fit is very passionate about Dragon Ball. Like you can tell just based solely by the characters that they've teased. Like when I think of somebody that's passionate about Dragon Ball and is making figures, like obviously everybody's like, well, you should make like a Super Saiyan Goku, just basically they're throwing out suggestions that Bandai is gonna make. Like you should do like a Super Saiyan 2 Goku, but Demonical Fit is throwing characters out like the Ginyu Force. They're throwing characters out like Cooler's Special Forces, like freaking I'm blanking on his name, but the guy with the tall blonde hair that's like the comb over. Shit, he's literally my favorite character too, but I'm like blanking on the name right now.
Hey man, it happens.
It does. But like when I saw that he was making that, like I bugged out because that's like one of my favorite like henchmen from the entire like series. And this guy really cares about the property, and you can definitely tell when it comes to the characters that he plans on making. Salsa, thank you so much. Holy shit. Yeah, Salsa.
Yeah, he could. The people at the Monaco Fit could totally be here for a cash grab, and they could do Jiren first, Hit, or somebody along those lines. But the reality is, like, you could just very obviously tell that not only are they obviously in it to make money, but they're in it because they love the series. Because nobody would start with making the Ginyu Force but them.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And even though that Ginyu left a little bit more to be desired, like they're out here trying, dude, for sure.
Yeah, show me the other guy that makes Ginyu.
Yeah,
that's my. Show me the other guy.
I'm actually planning like making like my first video for 2019 is like just I don't even know what to call it, but just like a video about like third-party Dragon Ball, and like I've been thinking about that for a very long time and making a video on it, and like there's just it's so like we've said on the podcast before, like just to be in this pocket of the beginning of third-party Dragon Ball, like it's wild. This time last year we were like dreaming of that Ginyu, and it's been a year, and we've had like Ginyu, Banan, we've had like the Cybermen, we've had like all those like accessory packs for Tien and Yamcha, and not to mention like the accessory packs for like the different colored head sculpts and hair sculpts, and it's only been a year. It's crazy.
Yeah. And we're about to get a flowing hair head sculpt with a fucking staff. Like
exactly. Yeah, that's gonna come out from Demonical Fit as well. Like they're just doing the power pole with the hands to hold the power pole, but they're upping it again. Like they could have just gotten away with doing a KO power pole in hands, but they're upping the ante with like a flowing like a hair sculpt. So,
yeah,
like, to match the poster.
And
basically.
We've been fucking blessed that all of these KO companies they seem to love what they do.
Yeah.
Who the fuck makes figures for Slam Dunk?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody does it. And they're fucking making alternate uniforms. They're making different teams. They're sculpting all these Jordans and shoes, even though they can just totally get insanely sued. They're doing fucking Genos and giving him a what's it called, a robe, or what's this, is it apron. They're giving him an apron that has a printed logo on it. Like they're going all fucking out. All of these companies, they're not in it obviously just to make a buck.
Yeah.
We haven't articulated Tom and Jerry. whether it fell flat or not. Come on. Give me a Calvin and Hobbes. I won't complain with the exact same articulation. I won't care.
Yeah, they'll get nicks for sure once they do that. The second those molds hit the line.
that guy, that Calvin and Hobbes author, will fucking
he'll spin right out of his grave and fucking serve the subpoena himself, basically.
Fuck you! No merch!
So yeah, that's basically it for KO Dragon Ball. I don't really see anything else that'll be on the horizon anytime soon, but who knows. Demonical Fit did announce that they're doing articulated Gotenks Ghosts too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I halfway mentioned that in a video the other day.
Oh yeah, in your pickup.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I just knew that I saw it.
That's another thing that's really impressive about these companies, is that they don't like to do like the first party companies and show you something a year ahead of time. When they show something, it usually gets out immediately. Yeah, like all those Slam Dunk figures, they're like, oh man, look at this guy we're going to release next. It's out within a month. So that's always really impressive too, that these companies pump shit out.
Yeah, even those Cybermen, like we were talking about those Cybermen, and a month later they were out.
Yeah, like I don't doubt that those Gotenks are going to be out very, very soon.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt. All right. The next topic is Return of Young Justice. Rick, this is all you.
Oh my god. When I say that I am so happy that this is back, It is an understatement. This series might possibly be one of the best comic book series of all time.
Damn.
Just so many complex characters, these overarching storylines that we don't even piece together at times. It's so sick, and the way that they're releasing it is very smart too. They're not leaving us on some whack shit like they're releasing an episode a week, and we just kind of have to rough through it. We're getting 3-part installments every week, so that's awesome. It's great. It's in my opinion, at least, it's back like it never left. A lot of people forget what the show was like when we were watching it. When we all originally watched Young Justice, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was getting released on Cartoon Network sporadically. Sometimes people don't remember, but Young Justice would disappear for like 4 months, and then it would randomly come back. And this show is a show where it's kind of like a Netflix series. You want to binge it all because it leaves so many things unanswered right until the very last episode. And that's what's happening right now. People are like, oh man, the story's kind of weak. Like, there's nothing crazy's happening right now. And the reason why it feels like that is because everything connects in the end. And right now we're seeing things that we don't know goes with something else, and that is going to go with something else to the overarching villain of everything. Like, it's hard for people to remember how it was before, but I don't forget. I was super annoyed when it would disappear for months, or when I would watch an episode and be like, why the fuck was Ra's al Ghul here? Why was Ra's al Ghul in this episode? Like, I mean, it's cool, but why was he here? And then, you find out why he was there and who he's with and why he's with them. And, things like that, you have to wait for them to play out. The series is fantastic. If you like Black Lightning, then boy, are you in for something special, because he's an incredible character in this season so far. It's great. I hope everybody's watching it, even if you don't subscribe to DC. I don't blame you. Just watch it either way. It's awesome. Don't get deterred by the fact that it's a slow build.
What were you saying, Bob?
Sorry, they actually call him Black Lightning. Wasn't he Virgil in the original series?
No, that's Static Shock.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, they're two different people, and they're both.
Okay. I thought like the character, when they rescue the Super Friends characters, basically, I thought they made Black Lightning or Black Vulcan, I guess, into Static for that.
Yeah, they did, but Black Lightning is a separate character, and he's Virgil's mentor.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, I really got to check it out. That was a really great just write up about it. Basically, you just gave us the novel. It was awesome.
And I think that for the first time ever, somebody told Batman exactly what Batman needs to be told, and not like in a Boy Scouty Superman way, where when Superman says things, you kind of always feel like, man, this moral high ground son of a bitch. You just always feel like, that's coming from Superman. But when it came from a specific character in the show, it was like, wow, finally somebody told Batman some shit, and Batman had nothing to say.
Damn. Okay.
So it's fantastic. I hope everybody checks it out. Like I said, I don't even have the DC sub, so I don't blame anybody for not doing it. It's just it's looking already like it was a bad idea that they did their own streaming service, but I still highly recommend you check out the show. It's great. I fucking love it. Every Friday, 3 episodes. We're on 6 episodes right now, so 9 next Friday.
You're gonna have to send me a link, Rick.
Hell yeah.
Dang. Is it on the same level as the first 2 seasons, would you say?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like it literally never left.
Interesting. Were you watching it like week per week during season 2 and stuff like that back in the day, or no?
Yeah, religiously. Like I said, when we were watching the show, it really honestly sucked, because like I said, at random, the show would disappear for like 3 months.
It was I remember it being
like very go on hiatus.
Yeah, half a season it would go on hiatus for like 4 months, and then it'd come back, and then it was like, oh yeah. But there was never an explanation, because Cartoon Network they never feel like they have to explain anything to anyone.
Well, they changed the time slot too. That was like a big thing. It was the most extreme case of what could happen with Legend of Korra, I believe. Because Legend of Korra had a pretty rough broadcast schedule too, but nothing as bad as Young Justice. I remember this shows how long ago it was. I remember I was using Tumblr a lot. Jesus Christ. And I remember I would
Peace.
yeah, I would follow like
On Tumblr, God.
I would be really into like Korra, and I would kind of be into Young Justice, but I remember everybody in the Korra fandom were like, it could be much worse. Like every time like our an episode of Korra was supposed to broadcast, but they would pull it from broadcasting and they'd be like, well, it's streaming now instead. They're all like, well, it could be worse. Like we could be like Young Justice. So they don't even know where the fuck their show's at right now.
Yeah. And you know, it sucked because I was so happy that the actors came out and said what happened, that they hated that their audience was mainly teenagers and specifically women. They hated it. They wanted children to love Young Justice. They wanted it to be like Teen Titans Go, where kids loved it and it sold toys, and it never did. And it was its viewership at the time when it was airing, it was one of the highest on Cartoon Network, but they didn't care. They wanted something that sold toys and grabbed children. They didn't want the teen audience, even though the show is obviously not for children. Really, that's what they wanted. They wanted kids.
All the kids, man.
So it had the highest viewership, but not the right kind of viewership.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure everybody remembers when they clearanced out those like deluxe, like 6-inch DCUC figures.
Yeah.
They were clearanced out and everything. Their 3 3/4 inch line, and that was basically the beginning of the end. When they couldn't sell toys, they were pissed and they axed the show immediately.
Yeah, I picked up that Batman with the rooftop set on the cheap.
Same.
The Aqualad had all those water effects. Sportsmaster had like the little like punching dummies and stuff like that. Yeah, I was really worried when the show was coming back because I don't know if you guys know the guy, one of the guys behind Milestone Comics, behind the creation of Static Shock, Hardware, Icon, Dwayne McDuffie. He led so many DC shows like Justice League Unlimited and the Superman TV show and Young Justice as well. When Young Justice ended, he died. So
wow.
It was really a question of, was it him? Was it that he had lightning in a bottle and nobody else would be able to replicate it? So when it came back and it was so similar, it was like nothing had changed. It was awesome when I watched it.
That must be very reassuring.
Oh yeah, he was one of the most incredible individuals involved with comics ever. He really pushed for diversity and story. It was awesome. So
you said he helmed Static Shock too?
Yeah, he created Static Shock.
Damn, what a show! First of all,
yeah, he created all of the Milestone. He co-created most of the Milestone universe, Hardware, Icon, Rocket, the Blood Syndicate. You know, he was the fucking man, and he was responsible for, like I said, Justice League Unlimited. If you like Justice League Unlimited, Dwayne McDuffie is the reason you love it. The reason why every episode felt like a comic issue. How the flow of it was all Dwayne McDuffie. So it was kind of weird when the show was coming back. Like, damn man, was it really just only him? But it seemed like his staff was able to do as well as he was able to do.
Live up to the legacy.
Boom.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, check it out if you can. Highly recommend it if you love the first 2 seasons. And if you haven't ever checked it out,
How many episodes are out right now?
6.
Okay.
3 episodes every
That
Friday.
link in the chat, please, not their chat, our chat.
How many episodes are there in season 1 and 2?
I think they're different episode numbers. I can tell you right now.
To guesstimate, what would you say? Like maybe 20 each?
Probably like 20 to 22 each, I'd assume.
Okay.
Something along those lines. I'll get those hard numbers like in a
No
second.
commercial, right?
Let's get those hard numbers. Go ahead and crunch those numbers real
I
quick.
know we're scheduled to have 22 for this current season.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's always good. Season 2 had 20, and season 1 had 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 22, nice medium. I'll take it.
What's the runtime on each episode?
24 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, very,
No ads.
very good.
Okay, it's pretty good. It's just regular, broadcast time.
Nice.
Yeah, and like I said, it was funny when I first watched it. I didn't know that it was 3 episodes. So after I finished the first episode, I was like, "Fuck! Gotta wait for next week to find out what happens." And then, sometimes when you use certain websites, it automatically starts to play the next episode for you. And I was like, "Oh my god, it's an episode 2, and there's a 3."
Yeah.
And, yeah, so that was a nice.
Second Christmas. Oh,
Yeah, so that was dope. Highly recommend everybody check it out.
hell yeah. Let's go. All right. Next topic is the Broly movie opening. And
Fuck yes.
I think for this one, we won't talk spoilers. I don't think we've talked much about Broly at all. I think we talked like once or twice about it, like in depth. But we'll save the spoiler talk for next week because I think it's only in theaters for between the 16th is when it opens, which is Wednesday. And I think it's only in theaters until that weekend, maybe?
At best, it has 2 weeks.
Okay. Dude, like, I remember when Battle of Gods got that theatrical release, it was literally 3 days only.
Yeah, I went to go watch it with JC, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and just like you said, I remember it was like, well, this is the last fucking day. This is all we got.
Yeah. What a time, man. Can you believe? I remember like 5 years ago, not only was I begging for Dragon Ball to come back, but I was like, I just remember thinking like, man, I was never alive in a time, or I was never alive in like a country where during a time where I could see a Dragon Ball movie in theaters. But look at me now, living my own dream, basically.
Now, Mama, I'm living the dream.
Exactly. But I'm super stoked. Are you gonna watch it in theaters, Rick?
You fucking bet your ass I'm gonna hate it because it's in English, but it's okay.
Is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Your American All Might.
Paris. Whoa. Which, by the way, if you like the American voices, are perfectly fine. I just prefer Japanese.
Yeah, Rick's just an old man.
Yeah, I don't mean to put people's nostalgia down. You know, I just love the Japanese. So.
Because that's our. Oh, wait, didn't you see Evolution in theaters? No, I didn't.
Never.
Wait, did I? Oh shit. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Jason Bourne. Anyway, yeah, the Broly movie looks pretty sick. Rick and I have seen it.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
I'm ready to see it.
Yeah, Bug, you're pretty stoked. Have you been keeping up? You're pretty spoiler free on this whole thing, right?
Yes, I haven't heard anything. Yeah.
All right, tight, nice. We'll keep it that way. I will. The most I will say that we've said it before. It's the best Dragon Ball has ever looked. Period.
Animation wise, you mean?
Yeah, animation wise, even art style wise. I love the new art direction they went to. Like, you'll notice very early on that the whole art style has been switched up. Like, everything is more like looser now and curvier, very reminiscent to like very early Dragon Ball. Versus like how Dragon Ball kind of evolved into like maybe the like end of Cell arc, beginning of Majin Buu arc, where everybody was very like thin and angular. And like kind of shiny almost. Everybody looked like really shiny. Like, that's a big complaint. Everybody looks like they're kind of made of plastic. Yeah, like they have like a white sheen on their face sometimes with the shading. But like, that's all gone in here. It's like a completely updated art style. It's very reminiscent to the way One Piece is animated sometimes, and even parts of Naruto as well. So and there's a lot of room. I remember from the jump, a lot of people, there were basically two camps for the new art style. People were bugging out, like people that didn't like the art. There were people that didn't like the art style, and then the people that did like the art style knew that art style would lend itself very well to animating and animators and stuff, because there's so much wiggle room with this art style to just make everything just so much more fluid, and it's just really good. I can't wait.
What's the release date here again?
The 16th, so Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday, I think through the weekend, I would imagine, is what we're going to be seeing. So
yeah, maybe I'll find a theater and sneak out of work and watch that shit during the day.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to find one. I know any Regal theater here, Regal Cinemas will be showing it. That's just here down south in bumfuck nowhere, Charleston. So I'm sure
Yeah,
everybody.
I know Maryland. I know the Maryland area uses Regal theaters as well. I don't think we have that franchise in the West Coast, but I'm sure we have something similar to it.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, there's like a Regal, like literally like 2 blocks from my job that only like they like real like small and like
It's a small ass theater, man.
and so like compact and small that they didn't even have Infinity War at all because they
That's
didn't want to
crazy.
deal with the crowds and shit like that.
That's
That
insane.
was fucking hilarious.
Yo, let me tell you, I went to Regal theaters are so strange to me because like they're such a small chain that their concession stands don't have combos. Like the main like the IMAX theater I go to, like they have like you can get a large popcorn and a large soda separately, but you can also get a combo for a little cheaper. So I remember vividly, I remember going to see I think it was some movie, I can't remember at this point, but I went to a Regal theater and I was all like, "Hey man, can I get a large Coke and a large popcorn?" He goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can I get like a combo?" And the dude just looked at me with like the blankest expression, and he goes, "Yeah, and then what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just a combo, man. Just
And then I'm gonna eat that shit, motherfucker.
yeah." And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, man, and then what?" And I was like, I don't know, man. Like a large popcorn plus a large drink, combine them possibly to make like a lower price, maybe. He just kept on saying, he wasn't saying and then what, but he just kept on saying some like instigative type shit. And I remember I was so mad the entire time, and like I was just so heated throughout the movie. And then I remember like we were leaving. It was the last showing of the night. And I saw him walking out to his car, and I turned to my wife. I was like, "Becky, you got to turn the car off right now and let me out." And she's like, "No, we can't fucking stop." She was like, "Why? Like, why do you?" Before she was like, "We can't stop." She's like, "Why?" And I was like, "I see that fucking guy right there." And she was like, "No, I'm not stopping the car for you to have a word with this dude." And she just like sped off.
Hey, asshole! How about you get a combo of my fist in your fucking face?
And then what?
Check out the Regal Theater to watch the Broly movie. Tell him you want a combo.
Big shout out to
Basically.
Regal.
Oh yeah, the Regal Cinemas is the only one in my hometown that had like $5 Tuesdays in high school.
Oh shit!
So, and like we lived in like a pretty nice area, but like we are pretty ghetto adjacent at the same time. So like all the neighborhoods would come for $5 Tuesday, and that was like where the fights broke out.
Jesus, $5.
You know.
Yeah, Regal Theaters always gets like, they always get the weird shit. Like, the Regal Theaters over here, they'll show like Bollywood movies sometimes.
Oh, that is sick.
Which is great for me.
Oh.
It's so great. I love going to Bollywood movies, and like especially living in the South, like everybody is just mad confused. Where the fuck do all these Indians come from? It's so funny because every Indian will come out and watch those Bollywood movies.
Hit me with a fucking Bollywood action film yesterday.
So great.
Also, I just want to inform.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! In case anybody, Mr. Bullet, FBI, open up!
Yeah.
Spotted.
In case anybody starts to ask in the comment section, I'm going to preface it. There's no way for us to watch the Game of Thrones trailer that just released because we're on here. Yeah, like I think like a 2-minute trailer just released for the new season. Like, there's no way for us to comment on it because we're on here talking to you guys. So it'll probably be next week.
Oh shit! That's it. I guess that's it.
Yeah, next
this
week
week.
is going to be spoilers for the movie. So if you don't want any spoilers for the movie, then get the hell out of here next week.
Damn.
We want to do some what to grind on, by chance?
Yeah. Do you have any in mind?
You know, I actually did. There's a guy in the action figure subreddit that posted a really nice set, and I commented. He's actually a podcast watcher.
Hell yeah! Let's go.
He specifically was like, "Yeah, it'd be really cool if you guys did that." So I wanna do him the solid because it was actually a really nice set.
Tight. You do that. I'll pull some from the Discord as well.
Yeah. Let's reward our loyal members.
Boog, do you have any?
Oh, I got
Folks dealing with the SWAT team.
FBI, open up.
basically.
So while
Right.
they're looking, I'm gonna say that it's really funny that sometimes on our hashtag for what to grind on, there's like something in like Thailand that WTGO means. There's a lot of people in Thailand. A lot of like chicks in Thailand tag their pictures hashtag WTGO.
Well, do you give him any advice, Rick?
I say, hey, I really like the pose that you have, like walking down the stairs, like trying to be semi-seductive. But if you could do
Just pivot that
little-
ankle a little bit.
yeah, just pivot that ankle a little bit. Kind of give us like a more like dubious look. I don't know. Really tighten up that eye.
Basically.
So what I pulled up here is something
Oh
I found.
shit! Yeah,
The Toys era, The Parasite.
I saw this. I saw this like right before we started. Yo, real quick, I said it in PMP. This guy looks like he got stung by a swarm of bees on his face, like on his nose, and his top lip. He looks like he was stung by a bee.
Oh man, he's looking like Dale when he thinks that everything can be fixed with getting stung by bees.
2 bee stings, 3 bee stings.
Oh no, I forgot I'm allergic.
To bees. So great.
So there, that's that. It's a pretty nice gallery to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think like aside from his top lip and the tip of his nose, it's pretty spot on. Like from the get go, you can tell that's Tom Hardy.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
question. But it's just like
The eyes, I think they really nailed the forehead, but yeah, something about like the jowls here, like it's a little,
they're too defined. They're too
exactly
like, deep.
almost cartoony. It looks like a caricature.
Yeah.
It looks like the puppets from the Land of Confusion music video.
Jesus Christ. Man,
Whoa! Yeah, this is tight. I like this effect that it comes with.
that is pretty
It's
cool
like,
for sure.
Yeah, you could definitely repurpose that for some
for
6-inch shit for
Yeah,
sure.
it's 1/6 scale, but whatever.
It doesn't have to be.
It does
Yeah,
not.
it doesn't have to be.
I didn't even finish this movie, man.
Damn.
I haven't seen it.
I tried to watch the whole thing, but I don't know.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
this would be cool to have him pose next to where he's like talking to the symbiote.
Yeah, for sure.
Here, I think this looks just like him.
Think so? I think like even his
Maybe
nose,
the nose
right?
is a little big, but I think no, I see the lips too.
The nose and the lip. But like you,
got stung by bees.
The forehead too. The forehead's a little too defined, also.
yeah, if you do like a reverse Batman, he looks just like Tom Hardy. Basically. So if we do this, hold on. Let me make sure I'm on the right Discord. So, go back to that picture real quick. Hold on. Let me screen share real quick. When you do this, it looks just like Tom Hardy. Pretty much. Maybe even like right down here, or even like
No. Not you. Right there. No, a little higher.
You can
There
see
you go, right
the
there.
look of venom in his eyes.
yeah.
Oh,
Basically.
and now give him the Batman real quick. Let's see that.
Let's.
And can we Photoshop a Bane mask on him real quick?
Oh my god, that'd be so great. Barely. I can't even. I can't even get there.
No, not quite. Sorry, but we get the point.
I'll tell you what, even without that head, just the sweatshirt and jeans and shit like that, it'd be a pretty cool, just something to have if you're a big 1/6 collector,
For sure. And honestly, you could probably find a better third party. I mean, this is third party, so fourth party Tom Hardy head sculpt.
Yeah, probably. It's not bad though. It's not terrible.
Oh, there's the Bane mask.
Looks
Yeah,
pretty
let me
good.
find a better picture.
Hold on. Let's
Let me go back to that first one. Hang on, where he has his
I
hands
was
up.
born
There
in
we
the shadows.
Hold on, I got it back right. Just
We adopted the third party.
yeah. I was born in it.
Do that.
There's no copyright infringement. I'm the parasite.
Take control of your pre-orders.
Damn man.
Sour with pre-orders.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, we got it.
Now let me move into this picture.
Boom. Oh yeah, I saw that posted as well in the Discord. Who posted
Yeah,
this?
that's right. Okay. This was he goes by Minty Fresh, spelled in
Fresh.
Leet Speak, but I think he's Geeky Fresh, also Leet Speak.
I think he's
On
Minty Fresh on the
Instagram.
Discord server too.
Yeah, okay. But I think he's Geeky Fresh on Instagram.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, it's a good set, man. I like this.
That's how his name is spelled.
I like it too. I think maybe if anything, the panels could be rearranged in a different order.
Yeah, I think maybe this first panel. I don't know. The one big piece of advice I would have for this is that like you have Iron Man, set up with this background here. This is like your establishing shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this next one, did he like turn around?
Yeah,
to, like,
that's the biggest thing. Yeah, it just
exactly.
It
Did he
jumps.
turn around to show, essentially the camera that he's got the thing on his back? I think it would have been more successful to like almost 180 the scene as well. So now it's like we're seeing Iron Man's back. Like we've established this is the front, and then this is now the back. But
sure.
I can also probably tell that he meant to be, that he turned around,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine too. But
I also
I think in this first pose, in this establishing, I think it should be a little more clear what he's doing. Like maybe a cutout to say like he's talking to someone for extraction or like whatever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to tell us what he's doing here, because and if he's looking at his arm like this, he should have like maybe like a holographic thing. So if you can't accomplish that, then maybe do away with this pose altogether.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I
just
think
go a little more neutral, like he's like, I don't know, standing there even looking heroic. I don't know.
yeah,
It's a strong pose. Like this pose itself is really good,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's better served in a different setting.
For sure.
But,
100%.
Yeah,
really
that was like one of my main issues with this was the actual set. Yeah.
Like it should be turned around. Like if this is the front and now we're seeing the back, like these same boxes.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I just don't like the area at all. I don't think he needed to enclose it in any type of area. I think he could have did this in just like something more open air and shit.
And if he does want to have it in front of this, maybe pull it back a little bit because he's like right up next to these boxes and everything. I don't know if he just like. Actually, I see it now. It looks like he just finished taking down some goons or something.
I don't think he needs that smoke either.
I think if he has the smoke here and it's like puffing up, it should be at the bottom in this last shot.
If you had like a darker smoke coming out of here and maybe kind of. I like the smoke on this one, but maybe pull back on it a little bit.
Yeah, I think if it's thinner in this one, as if it's like dispersing in this last one, that would really sell
that'd
it.
be cool. Maybe if it was darker too, like a smoke.
Oh yeah.
But the cutouts are crisp, really, really well placed here. This one maybe a little like bright, a little washed out here, but still well placed. Taskmaster here, that's cool. The powered down pose, he really nailed.
Yeah, I wish that last picture was a little bit brighter.
Brighter, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little washed out, so maybe just kind of like angle the cutout like more forward towards the camera, like pivot it towards us.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, I personally like the panel arrangement. I think that if he wanted to have this Iron Man pose, though, he should have shown more of the floor to kind of show that he's like, done cleaning up a bunch of goons in an alley or something. In a warehouse, in a loading dock. Maybe they're like unloading some guns. I don't know. Maybe even one more shot before this one. Who knows?
Yeah. Some context.
Yeah. I do like it though. Overall, I like the, I think this is from the Figma Tracer.
Oh yeah.
It's a good concept. I think he executed it well. There's just, always a little bit like more to fine tune and everything. But overall, I think this is pretty damn solid. You got one to show off, Poncho?
Yeah, I got one right here. Let's see. So I'm pulling this one off of the Instagram hashtag what's going on _live. Am I sharing? Yeah, I am. Let's down a little bit. So I wanted to go ahead and look at this one real quick. So I think this one, it's like really tight. It looks like this is just a box. But that's not to say that you can't just use a box for like a backdrop sometimes, but just try and hide the seams that make it look like a box. Also think about like the angle at where your photo is. So like you're looking straight onto Spider-Man right here, but the backdrop is angled as like you're looking really like the camera is to the ground and you're looking straight up. So it doesn't necessarily work right here. You could probably like just pull it back way more, just have it blurred out a little bit. But the main thing here that I wanted to bring up was just the posing and just character posing for sure. Like Spider-Man generally doesn't sit or crouch like that. He's always like in some sort of like acrobatic like type of situation or pose or whatever. He's never just like straight kneeling down or like just crouching down like this. Maybe like this is like taken like as he's about to sit down, like just flat on his butt, I guess. But yeah, just
I see a lot of people, you know, who try to accomplish a pose that they see in their head.
Yeah, and it doesn't work out.
Can't quite get there, so they just kind of like
Compromise.
Yeah, not even compromise, just like yeah, I guess it would be compromising. Sorry, but basically they just like halfway it and say like I intended to do this, but the figure wouldn't let me, so this is like that far. As far as I can take it, where my response would be like, well, if it can't accomplish the pose, then do a different pose that it can accomplish.
Yeah, for sure.
And in this case, you know, I have a Spider-Man. You could probably get him like, you know, crossing his legs or something. You can definitely fudge around with it a little more.
Yeah, there's a lot of options for sure.
If you can't get it all the way down, have him leaning on something, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, there's always another option in terms of that, but just the reason I want to bring this up was just like just keep your posing in character, I guess. So like Spider-Man being an acrobatic character, just think of like just cool like acrobatic poses he can get into. Like you wouldn't pose the Thing the same way you would pose a Spider-Man, vice versa, pretty much.
Challenge accepted.
Jesus Christ. Uncle Rick coming from the shadows.
Don't tell me what to do with my figures.
Basically. Did you want to pull something from the call it the Reddit real quick besides that one?
I could, yeah. Certainly within the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I'll speak on this one real quick. This Spider-Punk real quick. I think the framing is really good in this one. I think this is the Figma, not the Figma, but the 1/12 Subway from the Japanese line. This was like over $2 if I'm remembering correctly.
I think the Subway was $150 and the shipping would make it like over $200. Yeah.
Yikes, my man.
I put it this way, man. You know, everybody knows that I buy a shitload of figures. I never bought that.
Yeah, I remember I almost pulled the trigger on this so many times.
Yeah, same. I was always very close. And I just
might have been cut in half.
I just realized, where the fuck am I going to put it? Where am I going to put this thing, and why am I spending $200?
Basically. So I will say, I guess for this one, just really work on your posing, honestly. Immediately I look at this, but the posing here actually kind of works for this guy right in the middle, just kind of in like the middle of a panic to get his like arms like broken free. But when it comes to like this dude right here, you definitely could have tightened up the posing on his arm right here. The leg, maybe not bend the leg so much. I know that it's like halfway into like him starting to do like a pose, and then he's interrupted by the webs and whatnot.
What set is that? Is that really expensive Japanese train set? Okay.
Yeah, it's a good set. It's a great set. But I think maybe if you were just a little more, I think the posing on the Spider-Punk is actually fine. I would probably extend his arm out like all the way, just for like a nice touch of symmetry. But posing his arm like this with his elbow bent and like flipping like that makes sense too, for sure. But just for like a added benefit of like symmetry, that would work too. Maybe make the pose more dynamic for this guy being like kicked. Maybe do something a little bit more with his arms. I understand that like when you get kicked, like your body can go into like not shock, but like it'll just like seize up, and then your arms will just will just stay in the same place while your body is like moving backwards. But um, my personal like at the risk of sounding pretentious, but like my personal like style and philosophy of like figure photography is like very hyper dynamic. Like if it's not a vanilla pose, I want it to look as kinetic and dynamic as possible, so you can really like feel like the weight, the gravity, and the momentum of the scene that you're trying to set up. So like I always take every opportunity to make the photo look as kinetic as possible, and just tightening up some poses here and there and making things look more like crazy and like fast moving is always the move for me for sure. But yeah, just tighten up the posing, I guess. I don't know. That's it. Fabio, you got one?
I really like that middle pose with the guy's
This guy right
hands
here?
wrapped up. Yeah, that's cool, but I'm not really feeling the rest of the posing though.
Yeah, like all the posing could definitely use some more work, especially with this guy right here with his arm. Like, I get it, like where you have like your like the legs are crouched and stuff, like they're about to get ready to fight him, but just do a little more. Honestly, I think the pose, like I said earlier, the posing on the spider punk is good, but whatever. Bobby, you got? Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got one right here.
Yeah, so this is one from another guy I think we featured in the past, McDoog86. I think he's probably in the chat right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's got a nice little, Spider-Verse group shot here. I just thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about group shots in general. So, yeah, what do you guys think? First, I mean, I think my first impression is that it's like vibrant. Like I like his lighting.
For sure.
Yeah, colors is popping. Everybody looks really stiff though.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you could kind of work them into the the negative spaces in between them a little bit better. And obviously, he's got the spider Build-A-Figure like way in the back and kind of towering over everybody. Where I think his crouching ability would kind of allow him to like pop his head in between some of these negative spaces, or kind of like if Noir is kind of the tall one on this side, maybe it could be the tall one on this side rather than like going for the middle symmetry. You kind of have like Spider-Man. You kind of have like a U-shape thing going on here. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to put them closer together and make them look more uniform and shit too, though. Like
I know when I'm doing a lot of group posing, when I'm trying to get them in real tight, I kind of weave their legs in between themselves and everything too. Like Gwen's leg might be like in between where Spider-Man's two legs go, but because it's shot from maybe an upward angle, you don't really get to see the feet, so that like doesn't look weird. It just you have to kind of work within the spaces between the figures and kind of like jigsaw them together. And I think with Spider-Ham way in the front right here, I think it's kind of killing the focus on him because the focus is kind of more back here, and he's like a whole inch forward, so he's blurrier than everybody else. So you could have him, like if you had Gwen, again, putting the feet, and maybe basically 180 her, so she's kind of flipped the other way. It would also allow more lighting to get on her because you can see she's kind of washed out and she's kind of have like a two-face thing going on here. So if you put her like 180 her, and then you can have Spider-Ham kind of right here, so he's on the same plane as everybody else. That was a lot of explaining for something really simple, but
it's very. One of the things that people have a hard time doing with figures, especially with Marvel Legends, with all of the lining up the joints and this and that and all of those places where they rotate, is just making them look relaxed. It looks like you tried really hard to pose them here, but so much so that they look like they're acting. Like I don't know, like they're. Yeah. It's not so natural. There's not
it looks very like theater stage freeze rather than like yearbook photo.
Right. So just trying to get them in very relaxed poses is not always that easy. I've said this a lot though. It can be easier to do vanilla poses sometimes when it comes to these kind of group shots.
Yeah.
Making everybody look cool and giving them each their own identity with separate posing and stuff. You know, a mistake that a lot of people make sometimes is posing two characters exactly the same in a group shot or something like that. You know, but yeah, you just gotta relax them a little bit. Even look at Spider Gwen. She looks like she's like really holding that pose, like you know,
Yeah,
like
Like
her arm really looks tensed up. It looks like when somebody in anime is pissed and they're like clenching their fists, like
Mhm.
yeah, like the Arthur meme.
Yep,
Said,
exactly.
TW, why'd you mess with my plane?
basically.
That's my plane.
But yeah, it's just a matter of relaxing them all a bit. I like Spider-Man on Miles's shoulder, but even that they could have been closer together to make that look even more natural. Doesn't Spider-Man's legs don't need to be spread out that far? That looks a little weird. Think about yourself and think about how you might stand, and even mimic some of the poses yourself if you have to make sure everything's looking natural. You know?
Yeah, he's looking a little pigeon-toed too.
Yeah. He's out here looking like a young a young thought. I don't know what's going on.
I think this is good stuff to take into consideration because I might be doing like a photo contest on the Reddit specifically, and I might just make it simple, like vanilla group shots.
No doubt.
Because that's it sounds simple, but it's challenging enough.
Yeah, on the I've been meaning to post it on the Discord as well. There's a challenge channel on the Discord. And I was looking at like just very casual, relaxing, like sitting poses for the Discord, and I was just looking at like a bunch of pictures of like people sitting on a stoop and just like chilling out, and just that would be like a cool challenge to have for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Your kid's afraid to leave his stoop, man.
But it's got a pose to convey that.
Yeah.
And then McDoug does good stuff. He's a pretty regular poster here, and he has pretty sharp work most of the time. Here's another one I wanted to highlight by Simple Boxcar. Kind of a nice play on the selfie mode from the new Spider-Man PS4 game.
Yeah, that newspaper on the floor just has to go.
Yeah, definitely distracting. It seems like he's got a bunch of like random tiles where you can see where something would peg in to whatever it is.
Yeah.
If it's not natural looking, just get it out of there. Less is more. Like the newspapers, they look new. If you're gonna have newspapers on the ground, crumple them up, fuck them up. These newspapers, I have these. These are cheap. I've fucked up several of them. You can easily like have a whole new, fresh, clean ones if you just destroy these. That'll look a lot more natural. But on top of that, you can't just have newspaper. You got to have other stuff. You
got to tighten up that spider web too.
Yeah, for sure. And then because of the selfie mode, you can't really see him too much. So you got to kind of rotate the angle. And honestly, you could go for a lower angle so you don't even have to see the floor.
Yeah, I don't even in the game, like, you don't see your legs and shit in the selfie mode.
Right, I didn't think so.
Like, you can just, like, crop it way tighter to where it starts at, like, even his mid-torso. And, like, get his forehead out of there, too. And, like, that way you can read the sign and stuff. You don't got to worry about dressing your floor as much either. So a tighter crop can work, and can like be just the right move.
It seems like he was holding the camera when he took this too.
Yeah.
So that could be, why he has such a high angle on it. So that's cool. I think McDoug had one. Well, I want to talk about this one. Yeah, this is McDoug also. Just a nice, running Captain America. I think he looks a little tall, a little too like relaxed to be running around in the middle of explosions.
Mm-hmm.
He's not really like ducking and covering,
Yeah, even if his head was tilted down a little bit more, it'd be great.
And with Mezco's, it's kind of I like how you can see that the leg is bent and that it's active because of the fabric here, but we don't get that on the chest. So we need to move the shield a little bit out of the way here so we can see his chest more, and we can see that his torso has been rotated through the the fabric creasing, and that'll give it a more dynamic look. And does he have? Am I wrong here? No, I'm just tripping. It looked like he had the wrong fist on here. It looked like it was the right hand. or the left hand, I guess. Looks kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just the lighting on it. And then as far as like seeing the bottom of these explosions too, if you got all this smoke here, like use it to cover up this area. Even if I know he's probably trying to show off the fact that he's going heel toe right here, which I think he achieved really well.
Yeah,
could have done.
Sure.
I think he could have rotated the top of the calf to kind of line up the laces a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he did a good job showing that, and the pose is obviously good. But again, move the shield so we can see that it's that he's twisted, and like you said, bring the head down, and put some smoke behind his leg to cover up the bottom of his explosion. But other than that, vibrant colors, nice angle, dynamic angle, just covering up these little things.
Nice.
Maybe some debris would be cool. Like if you take little pieces of foam board or whatever the pink foam, you paint it like pebbles or whatever, rocks. You can put that tack it on to parts of the explosions, and it'll look like debris flying into the air.
Yeah, I never show the full base of the explosion effects where they meet the ground. What was I going to say? That's you always want to use something to cover the front of the explosion effect, so you can't really see the impact there, or to show that the explosion is actually impacting the ground. Easy thing to do is to just break up that Tamashi rock effect, split it apart, and just put one part right in front of it right there. It looks like the ground is having an indentation, but you can't fuck with these effects without lighting them up. You just can't.
Yeah.
It's going to bring your picture to life. It's going to bring everything to light. You got to light them up. It looks like he's got a little bit of light on him. He just needs more.
Yeah. His lighting is good, but yeah, he needs some lighting coming from the explosion.
Cap's pose is his running pose is nice though.
Yeah. Just needs to move the shield out of the way, so again we can see that the torso is twisted, and then we can bring the head down. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff indeed.
Yeah, he look like he's just running in the park though, like it ain't no explosions happening.
There's one more show here. Oh, this is another one. That's also from him. Where's the other one? There was one more. Oh, this one. This guy is pretty new to the game. I know he posted on r/action figures, and I think I prompted him to post it here as well. Wonder Woman fighting a parademon looks like he's got a very he's new, so he's kind of taken a lot of the bare bones of how many people put their display together, and then you would build out from here. So let's kind of help him fill this out a little bit, because he did a good job putting the ground, and then obviously if you show the seaside, you'd be able to see that this is the poster board, curving down into where the horizon, quote unquote, starts. I think he just needed to pull these back.
Yeah, he didn't really need to. You kind of set yourself up when you show where they meet. Sometimes it's not absolutely necessary. You could have just hit a lower angle and just forgot about the floor altogether, or put more shit to cover where they meet, more debris and whatever.
Yeah, this is another case of a lower angle would have done in some favors and make it look more dynamic.
Yeah,
a tighter crop too, for sure. Like you don't need the whole figure in the frame. I think that's where a lot of people get the disconnect between figure photography and just showing off your display, I guess. So a tighter crop would have really helped with this, maybe at a different angle too. That way you don't have to really worry about your floor and stuff like that, and the ground and whatnot. I would also say that in terms of posing, this is a really good situation to use the Mezco Wonder Woman, because she's not using the lack of crunch she doesn't have, basically. So it's a good place to put her. But for that parademon, I would twist its head going the other way, just to really emphasize that he's being blown back. You could have it's very possible for you to get hit square in the face and then your whole face get blown back, but when you're trying to emphasize just a hit or something like that, it's way easier to just twist the person getting hit's head away. So you can even see right here his gun. He has some movement happening with his gun, his gun is flying out of his hand.
Yeah.
Just do the same thing with his head and twist his head a little bit, just so it conveys that he's being blown back a little bit. And then maybe the sword, maybe have it coming this way instead of straight up. Like if she's, because like when you're twisting your body to like do a backhand with your fist, like your other fist is gonna want to, you know, kind of curl in or twist in a little bit too. So it's just like just following the energy of your whole body, just making the motion. But I think first and foremost, a tighter crop 100% would help this for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, yeah, like he's it's like it's a good step in the right direction for sure. Like
I want to open up on the show what to grind on shit. I feel like there's a lot of stuff piling up, but I gotta cut this kind of short tonight. Actually, no.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's not really short because
it's short.
basically, but I feel like more people are tagging the hashtag, and I definitely I talked about this a couple episodes back too, that I wanted to even look at shit that wasn't our hashtag and shit too, and just talk about it and critique it and just do what we do and shit, you know. But yeah, if you got anything to plug that shit.
Well, I mean, they call me Colonel Crackers, and you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube here if you want to go check out my collection videos. Those have been up for a while; they're doing pretty well. Go check out my NECA interview that I talked about earlier in the episode if you want to hear him talk about how we got to this John Connor, which is awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got some stuff coming, I guess.
You think Homeboy, the actor, what's his name?
Edward Furlong?
Yeah, you think he is aware that this is about to go down right now? Of course, right?
Yeah, but he's not getting paid. He already got paid when he signed the movie contract.
Okay.
Because they made toys back then. He
that
didn't have to approve those. Those came with the license, just like how Rocky can give us Apollo Creed, but not Dylan from Predator.
Gotcha.
Dylan.
All right, Pete, what you got going on?
Bitch. Nothing much. Basically, just working through Aura orders. A lot of people hit me up personally. Feel free to hit me up just to check on your order. December is I'm about to put out a formal post. December is a insane month for me, not only because of the holidays, but it's not only my wedding anniversary, but my wife's birthday. Like it's a crazy month for me. So unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of time to spend on Aura orders in December. But now that the holidays are over and I'm basically at a free month, I'm full steam ahead, honestly. So that's basically it for me personally. Keep an eye on my YouTube, Poncheezy. I'll be putting up some more vids. I wanted to wait for this Ami order to come in before I did a favorite figures of 2019, just in case any of them kind of fit in there. But join the A.C.B.A. Discord. I know eventually, like I know a lot of people in the chat tonight were saying, check out my picture here, check out my picture there. Eventually we want to, in addition to checking out the hashtag What's a Grind on Live, if you want your photo critiqued, the easiest way to get us to find your photo is post it in the Discord while we're live. That way it's the first photo, we don't have to dig through anything, and it's just easier to find, pretty much.
Yeah, good call.
And then also, while you're checking out the Discord, check out the Reddit as well. Check out our Twitter. All of our official links are right here. If you're watching this after, always, let us know how we did with the podcast. I did a small facelift to the layout. So if you dig it, let me know. Pretty tight. But that's basically it for me.
Rick, you got anything going on? Any new kicks? Any new outfits you want to show us?
Staple
OTD.
Oh my god!
Dude, believe it or not, I've been getting hit up by like these companies that do King of the Hill stuff because I keep posting myself wearing King of the Hill shirts.
Shit. Send them my way, please.
This company just got like the license to produce like officially licensed shirts and like pins and stuff like that, and they were like the first people to reach out, like, hey man, we're going to be making these pins. Like when we make the shirts, we'll let you know and we'll send you one. And like they previewed the shirt, and it's the picture of fucking Hank Hill wearing the pimp hat. And it says, the only lady I'm pimping is Sweet Mama Propane. Yeah. So it's very funny how things work out. I just end up posting so much about fucking King of the Hill and shoes. We'll see how that goes. They're definitely legit. They have like Mike Judge like liking every single one of their posts and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting. Staple Pigeons, they come out this week, so we'll see how that goes. Pigeon Dunks, back at it.
Rick, speaking of dunks, I need your consultation real quick. I had the Air Jordan 1 Star is Born, my size, in hand, and I passed on them. And I instead got the SB NBA dunks in the Cavs colors. Did I make a mistake, yes or no?
Hold on. The Star is Born, is that the ones that look like the Bucks? Yeah, it is.
The black and white ones, but with the swoosh has like the like the green stripes on them.
No, you didn't make a mistake.
Dude, because I've seen the Stars Borns and they're already basically dead stock.
Yeah, you
Very easy to get them for retail online.
You made the right choice. Nike SB is on the rise right now, so you made the right choice.
Yes, and it's so funny to me that SB has an NBA collaboration because that just brings us right back to where we started.
Yeah, exactly.
And it like on novelty alone, I thought that was funny, and they were like $50 cheaper.
Yeah, I fucking love dunks, man. I'm so happy they're coming back. Fucking great time to be an SB collector.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
thanks for tuning into the #1 shoe podcast on the internet.
Basically, it's all good. All right, well, I don't really got shit going on. Well, everything that's going on is going on the channel, so just subscribe. I've like I said, I'll be looking at the Professor X and the Deadpool Ultimate Riders set, and Popeye will be in, I guess, hopefully this week. I'll be taking a look at that. And Jose, hit me up, man. What you want to do about this Popeye? I don't know if I'm holding on to this guy or what. I was
going to ask, are you just reviewing that, or are you trying to get rid of it?
Yeah, I'm just reviewing it. I don't know that I need to hold on to it. You didn't get the other Popeye, did you?
I didn't even get the retail one, but I do want the white one.
Okay.
Man, I gave Jose so many links.
I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take the views and then pass it to the homies.
Your own personal Spanish.
I gave Jose so many retail links to Popeye, and he never bought them. So
Jose be bullshit, man.
I'm not.
We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk offline. But yeah, my girl's running all types of waters and shit. You hear this? It's dinner time in the Gray household. So
I'm hungry.
But thank you guys for hanging out with us. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.